want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees.
do mic test. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. What a weird, glitchy moment that was not. So, welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Scarlet Mayhem up against Econ Province in this first matchup in Group C. It is going to be a best of 3 series, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, please pop in your votes and let's get everything up and ready. I hope you are ready and set, and let's go. Tonight it's me and Lotus that will entertain you for the first half, as Waylander is just currently busy with some personal things, and he will be back on the stream with us. We did this entire proper introduction with him, but yeah, unfortunately we realized that OBS is not working, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Lotus, can we just do a sound check on your end, please? But it's not pulling through to the stream. So let's do this.
Hero.
Oh, there we go. Sound sorted and beautiful and ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see on the intro, right? I did put in the schedules. So the schedules is up until Saturday. So if there's any of the matches that you would want to go and watch that happened in the past, it's definitely Group A and Group B had some cracker matches. So it's a definite must watch. Lotus, quickly take us through this draft, and let's get your voice in here as well so everyone can hear you.
Hello viewers, and first off for the side of Scarlet Mayhem, it is Monkey King first on Getcha, Donryu on the X-Borg, and Take Me on the Lilia. But for the side of Prodigy's Coven, otherwise known as Econ Province, we have Blank on the Lancelot, Faymancer on Phobius, and Pan65 on the Granger. What do you think about the lineup so far, Scott?
Well, if I'm looking at the lineup right now, Monkey King _first has got my, well, everyone knows me on this hero. It's pretty much perma-banned when I play. And Don Rye with the X-Borg, there's some combinations that can get taken in here. But Econ Province has the Granger, Phobius, and Lancelot. Lancelot currently a broken hero to be playing with. So at this point in the stage, I will be favoring Econ Province.
No one can escape my iron fist.
That is fair, but Bedong and from the side of Scarlet Mayhem, they figured that Econ Province might be going for a bit of a setup composition. So just to be safe, banning out that Bedong.
Well, there's not really anything that Econ Province can combine with the Bedong. I mean, the XP laner has been picked up, and Bedong, look, he's underrated on the roam role, but there's nothing to synergize with him. And I mean, Bedong automatically being countered by the Phobius, I feel the Bedong was not such a good ban. But yeah. So Distant Sky, it is Econ Province. But yes, it's them. They renamed, but nonetheless, main showing us Matilda. So Matilda airwaves into the mix.
Do you think Scarlet Mayhem would pick up a Brody to counter that Granger?
Well, we'll see. Let's see. I know, please me. Will be in the gold lane and Dr. Venomous in the jungle. Maybe I've got it wrong. Viewers, you know the team, let me know. But yeah, let's go. So Distant Sky, that's actually Equilibrium's name tag. So what happened is Blank was a part of Econ Province and he was registered for the MSA Cup. So by duty, he needs to be in the series in the MSA Cup for Econ Province. And Please Me picks up Hayabusa and Dr. Venomous with a Natan for the side of Scarlet Mayhem.
I don't think we get to see a Nathan so much in the 5-man scene.
Well, we have featured him not so long ago. I'm very curious to see what he does, because I used to play Natan quite a lot. I mean, in my marksman days, I played this hero like sick. I think I've got like 500 or 600 games under the belt with him, but that was before I got Melissa and then XCO got released. But nonetheless, it's a fun hero. I want to see how he does play up against this lineup, but Econ Province currently has a very strong team, and there we see Arcana with the Valentina. So Valentina would be able to steal that Avatar of Guardian, the last Insanity. The Black Shoes not so much, and well, the Shadow Kill coming in from Hayabusa. So juicy ults for the Valentina to steal. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading into the loading screen, and I get to play with the tournament lobby's camera angles. That's always fun. So let's see who pulls out the collector skins. Seeing that it's free for you, for me, for everyone to see.
So, based on the drafts so far, it does seem that Scarlet Mayhem has a bit of team fight potential, but also the damage coming out from the side of Econ Province would actually be crazy as well. So I'm excited to see who will be able to take this match.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, we are going to head into this first match. I see the votes currently going in favor of Scarlet Mayhem by 77%. Is the viewer's curse going to kick in here, or will the votes actually go in favor of Scarlet Mayhem? So, whilst we are here, let's play with the camera angles. As we do see, Econ Province will be going for their blue buff, and Scarlet Mayhem will be starting on their red buff. So we see Please Me playing Ringa Rosie. Let's go.
And the Stunner also making sure to just rotate with the mage, helping to get that level 2 so early. Also already rotating to the red buff, just getting some intel on the timers, seeing if the jungler win for them already.
Yeah, that is true. Blank going for that small creep on the side for that extra XP in favor of the jungle. Oh, but Arcana and Main taking a lot of damage here from the Lilia. Just keeping her honest and allowing Scarlet Mayhem to get the first Litho of this match.
I love the Lilia, the ability to just spam that second skill. That actually makes her very much lethal to tanks and any sustainable heroes because of that burst damage, just being able to spam it the whole time.
That is true. We do see Scarlet Mayhem going for this rotation onto the gold. Oh no, they decide against it. Just waiting for the Hayabusa. Don Ryo not landing his taunt onto main just yet. So Don Ryo still on level 2, not level 3 yet. Blank with the Lancelot onto level 4. Oh, we do see the engagement onto Lancelot. Garagacho is here to assist the Hayabusa. Will Hayabusa get his skill onto Blank? No, sir. Please me with the Hayabusa takes a lot of damage coming in from the Lancelot. So, the first invade, well, let's say gank, not going successful in favor of each team. So the first little of the match has spawned up. Hayabusa, please me, not backing off just yet. We do see Faye Manson with a Phobius is here to allow Econ Province to get this first little of the match. As we do see Valentina did steal the Avatar of Guardian from Garagacho. Oh, Xborg into the mix. The first turtle of the match goes to Econ Province. The last Insanity has been committed from Monkey King _ first. No first blood just as of yet. 2.5 minutes. Gone. 200. Oh, but the engagement is on. Oh, Avatar stolen off. Avatar got him from Valentina. Is on to please me. Will they be able to catch the Hayabusa here? As we do see Lancelot is into the mix as well. Shadow Kill gets committed from Hayabusa. First blood will go to Scarlet Mayhem as Valentina got deleted by the Shadow Kill. But the kill going to get you.
Beautiful re-engagement coming from the side of Scarlet Mayhem, just being able that even though they did lose that turret, they're still relatively equal in gold and also have a 1 kill advantage.
That is so correct. You see, Wade did that on that introduction. He was very, very, very clever with what he said. Now he made me subconsciously aware of that saying, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, you will get that loud mouth of Way shortly. So we do see the Avatar, the Matilda Airwaves has been committed, but they're cancelling it out. Avatar of Guardian landing onto Natalia. No one. As Lancelot gets the kill onto Hayabusa. Garagacha responds with a kill onto Matilda, but Nathan into the mix. He gets the kill onto Phobius. And Pan 65 currently in a lot of danger. Granger is out of danger.
A 2-for-1 exchange in the favor of Scarlet Mayhem, and this beautiful rotations coming in from the side laners are so good right now in the favor of Scarlet Mayhem. The next turtle of the game up in 10 seconds.
Alright, I just wanted to check if my mouse is on the stream, but it is not. It is 2 seconds. Well, the second turtle of this match has spawned up, and Distant Sky, I have to agree with you. Damn! Nathan damage, as we do see. Econ Province does engage onto the second turtle of this match. Garagacha gets that taunt with no avail just yet. Second turtle going in favor of Econ Province. My.
This Hayabusa is struggling so much in trying to be at the objective time because he has to clear the buff, and from what I understand, the Lancelot jungling clearing speed is right now quicker than the Hayabusas.
Yeah, Valentina stealing the Avatar of Guardian once more away from Garagacha, so definitely focusing onto the Avatar of Guardian, rightfully so, as we do see Phobius and Expo just broke one another. However, the engagement onto Valentina, the Avatar of Guardian, stolen Avatar of Guardian was committed, but Valentina taking a lot of damage from Lilia and the combination of Garagacha. In the meantime, there was a double kill, 2v1 situation onto Granger, and Granger got eliminated. Danger Granger. Not so dangerous at this point.
He just needs to get to that late game and get the stacks that he needs. But this engagement onto Blank, getting him to almost half of health.
Oh, the black shoes has been committed from Lilia. Blank nearly getting Lilia taken down. However, Garagacha taking a lot of damage coming in from Matilda, but no avail just yet. So, just before the 6-minute mark, it is 4-for-1. Scarlet Mayhem has the 3-kill advantage.
Sure, and right now, as you said, it's just a 6-minute mark, but it's already 17 to 15,000 gold.
That is true.
Down thus far.
Yeah, so nearly 2k advantage in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. However, we do see the engagement onto Matilda. Matilda has been taken down, and the last insanity has been committed, but not landing onto anyone, just the green jungle creep. However, we do see Scarlet Mayhem engaging onto the third turtle of the match. Once more, Hayabusa, and Nathan gets the pick-off kill onto Granger. That's a tier 1 turret taken down in favor as well. Avatar of Guardian does land onto Valentina. However, the stolen lost insanity has been committed. However, Scarlet Mayhem coming in with that damage here. This would see a triple kill going to Lilia. Main trying to come in there and save Valentina, but in that instance, Valentina got shredded to non-existence.
Beautiful play from Scarlet Mayhem, and Donreal on the Garagacha, managing to steal the turtle just from under Lancelot's nose. That was a bit crazy.
Well, Scarlet Mayhem in a very good position at this point in stage. We do see the next objective is 80 seconds away. However, Scarlet Mayhem is definitely giving Econ Province the run for their money. Valentina stealing the Avatar of Guardian once more. Lancelot, onto Lilia. Will we see the engagement onto Lilia? No! Lancelot is forced to disengage.
But this Lancelot just keeps poking the damage. Having that second skill to just do so much damage is actually crazy. And when he does the dashes, being untargetable, it is the best right now in the current patch.
Yeah, that is true. I have to give credit to Don Rye with his Garagacha. He is definitely cooking. And if Don Ryu 2.0 is on the stream, my guy, this is why Don Ryu currently in this match is Waylander Gaming's original Don Ryu is doing me proud on my main hero. But nonetheless, let's get back into the action. It is 25 seconds away from the first Lord of the match. If Scarlet Mayhem continues, they would see this match to an end and draw first blood. However, Econ Province can definitely pull up a clutch moment here. Killing spree for Don Ryu as Matilda is taken out once more. Will that airwaves ever be fruitfully used? Oh, Hayabusa into the back line. Onto Valentina. Shadow kill has been committed. Avatar of Guardian landing onto Natalia under the turret. And for those of you that's wondering why I'm using the reference of Natalia, it's because she can go invis. Oh, whoo. Engagement continues in the top lane. As Take Me and Dr. Venomous is currently shredding through this Lord. Will we see? Oh, Hayabusa takes the first Lord of the match. Let's go! Shadow kill from Hayabusa. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Scarlet Mayhem keeping Econ Province here in the top half of their jungle, just keeping them under, well, a foothold onto the throat. Well, we see that jugular stay coming in through as the taunt comes in from Garagacha onto Faymancer, but Faymancer is not taunted into that engagement. However, Hayabusa with a shadow kill onto Valentina, and he dashes out with his second skill.
This Hayabusa has such quick fingers, but as Econ Province will constantly grow.
Oh, Avatar of Guardian is committed. However, there's no follow-up engagement just yet. Don Ryu did not land with that Avatar of Guardian, as we do see the Lord is being allowed to push in the top lane. So we should see a tier 2 turret. However, the engagement onto Phobius. Phobius' ult has been committed, but Natan does shred through his damage. Oh, but the shadow kill from Hayabusa into the back line, and second skills back to safety once more. Lancelot just farming turrets, it seems like it. First tier 1 turret going in favor of Econ Province. However, Scarlet Mayhem took a lot of advantage with that first Lord. No kill going in favor of Econ Province. So, at the 11-minute mark, Scarlet Mayhem has the 11 kill advantage and almost a 10k gold lead.
Also, they do have a lot of map control right now. This puts Econ Province in a very difficult spot right now. But with Lance doing the solo split pushing, it does give them a bit of breathing space. But he also needs to be there for the team fights just to give his team also a little bit of an advantage.
That is true, but Scarlet Mayhem currently hunting in a pack. So it's going to be difficult. I mean, look at this. Lancelot, as I mentioned, that Lancelot does get picked off. However, we do see the engagement onto Xborg, but that's Lost Insanity stolen from Arcana with the Valentina. But Scarlet Mayhem definitely hunting in a pack, not allowing for the pickoffs from the side of Econ Province. As Hayabusa with a shadow kill onto Granger. Currently, it's a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Scarlet Mayhem, and one tier 3 turret taken down. So, full firm map control in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. And Rika, welcome to the stream, bro. And how many games are left tonight? Well, we're into the first match in the first best of 3 series. So there's 3 best of 3 series each and every evening, except for on Thursdays. So yeah, so after this best of 3 series, we still have 2 best of 3s to go. But nonetheless, potentially 9 games. But we do see the engagement onto Valentina. They're definitely contesting here for this Lord. Valentina is taken down. Xborg gets the first Lord of the third Lord of the match. And Scarlet Mayhem is currently devastating Econ Province. A 3-for-0 exchange in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Let's go.
If Mayhem can now keep this pressure up, keep the lane synced up. They can definitely take this match with this Lord. Nathan already with the automatic will manage to take down this turret. It's only one turret left for the side of Econ Province, but they are really having a bad time right now trying to defend.
As we do see the second skill from Hayabusa is in. No shadow kill committed just yet. Main is scored out of position as X-Borg does finish him off. We do see the taunt coming in from Garagacha. Have a blank with the Lancelot into the mix on to take me. He's saying, I want to take you. But Nathan responds and takes down the Granger. And that, just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a 3-for-0 exchange. The Lord is into the base. Scarlet Mayhem should take and slice the jugular, taking the first blood of this evening. So 1-0 currently in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was entertaining. Take me with the MVP, Lilia, 8-0 and 10 for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. What a dominant performance coming in from Scarlet Mayhem in this first match, don't you think? And wouldn't you agree, Lotus?
Yes, I agree very much. They were just speed running through the entire match right now. Just grab the objectives where they can, go for the solo kills where they can, or the group kills, and then just end the game.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, okay, Econ Province renamed to Prodigy's Coven, right? Don't write them off just yet. This is a very strong team, right? And they could quite easily turn the tides in the second match. We will see those respect bands coming in. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get the teams ready so that we can cook with the second match.
To be honest, I was actually surprised seeing Main on Rome, on the Matilda. I understand he's actually more of a jungle main, isn't there?
Well, if you look at the team from Econ Province or Prodigy's Coven, right, they've got a, very diverse team. I mean, I played with Blank, I've played with Main, Enrica's, what was that tournament? It was in the Roll Roulette that I played with them, and look, they're very diverse. They can play pretty much any role.
Fair point. However, speaking of Main, he does get the first ban of this drafting phase. Oh, he got for a respect ban, meta ban, or maybe just a counter ban.
Well, we'll see the meta bans coming out first. And as we mentioned that, Yuzong getting banned out from the side of Econ Province. Prodigy's Coven. But for all intents and purposes, for the MSA Cup, they are still known as Econ Province, as Kalia gets banned out from the side of Scarlet Mayhem.
Kalea is still pretty strong despite the nerfs, because that ability to just grab someone into or out of a turret, it can cause devastating effects.
Neither here nor there. Look, Kalia is strong. I'm not liking her in this new patch. But yeah, that's just me. The previous patch, she was pretty much broken. I feel they didn't do her justice with this patch, and rightfully so. I mean, she can do a lot. With that being mentioned, Garagacha, respect ban coming in from the side of Econ Province.
Your team is banning.
The Roger banned out from Scarlet Mayhem. Roger is still extremely strong right now. When we did feature him a few times now on the MSA Cup, the amount of damage and to take the objectives is crazy. So banning out the Roger, I would definitely agree with that one.
So Arcana, that played the Valentina in the previous match, playing mage for the side of Econ Province. With the next ban, they have Roger Phobia. Distant Sky says, Psycho Teddy, why are you playing cheerleader, bro? Why are you not playing?
But Lily are also getting banned from the side of Econ Province. Blue banned from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Blue is still strong, but this Lilia ban. Definitely respect that, but she's such a strong but also underrated mage. So it makes sense banning her as well. Main getting the first pick of this match. Will he swap out? Which hero will he go for? Let's see.
Crowned by heaven's mandate,
Your team
my
is
legacy
picking.
shall endure.
Mic test 1, 2,
Payback.
3.
No, I'm just currently sorting out some admin and allowing you to speak because I didn't give you much chance in the first match. It was so much action.
Oh, but okay, not picking up the Zatia. Yes, sorry. Taking on the Farsa and Donry getting the second pick of the game. Will he once again go for us? Oh, flashing the Tigreal. Tekka is such a strong roamer, but he's
Your
picked
team is
early. He's
picking.
too easy to counter at times. Feymancer and Main getting the chance to respond to these picks. If we are, I don't know much about the XP lane or much about the roaming position, but you'll definitely want heroes that can counter Scarlet Mayhem's picks, but also to be able to not only counter but excel and succeed. As we do wait for their picks, and it is eerily silent when I'm not speaking, let us see what they
Thorns
do.
remain. Should petals
Blank once again on the Lancelot, not faring so well in the former match, but let's see what he does now. And Feymancer picking up the Lapu Lapu. Lapu has been such a strong hero, especially in this recent damage fighter patch. So to be able to finally see him play, you don't get to see him that often in the 5-man scene. This is gonna be fun. Please me up with the next pick, and then we will be going into the second phase of batting phase.
Lotus, I would agree with the chat. You're doing a good job here. So continue to handle the draft. I'll be back.
As my co-caster has left me to throw me under the bus. Let us see what he
Oh, as Monkey King _ first does pick up Ruby. Sorry, Lotus, I was just trolling you there. I just needed to take off my jacket. It's getting hot in here. As the matches are currently, well, first match being intense in the favor of Scarlet Mayhem. But please me, bans out Xavier. So no dawning light for the side of Econ Province. However, there's already a mage picked up. Why ban a mage?
Sometimes when people do that, it would rather be to the enemy team, I would say. Either that or they just ran out of time.
A little concussion. If you say, I know this combo, is this a combo that you taught Scarlet Mayhem? Or are you referring to the one from Econ Province? Renamed to Prodigy's Coven.
Oh, I was talking about the Xavier ban.
They call me a hero.
Oh.
He's
My
on
nation from falling apart.
banned from the side of Econ Province. Easonation has been extremely strong, but do you think he would have worked in Scarlet Mayhem's draft so far?
Well, they do have the CC, they do have the crowd control. I mean, when I'm saying CC, I'm referring to the crowd control coming in from the I'm Offended, from the Ruby, and as well as the Implosion play coming in from Tigreal. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come and join me. Your name is in the intro video, so please come and join, bro. 100%. You don't even need to ask. You just pop up in our Discord. You know, you are part of the Waylander Gaming family. It's always a pleasure to have a procaster with us. Scarlet Mayhem banning out the Badang once more. I'm going to stick with my first match ban onto the Bedang. It's 2 bans going to waste for the side of Scarlet Mayhem.
Maybe they just do not like that Bedang. They know it could be problematic, especially for their next picks. So they keep Bedang. They might probably know something that we do not.
Oh, I got him lined up in my sight.
Your team is picking.
Kimi Banda from the side of Econ Province. And please me getting the next
Let's go.
what's it called? Picking
Your
up
team
the
is picking.
Aerithal by Dr. Venomous. Aerithal is a high mobile, strong marksman, but not one of my favorites, I'll say that. But main flashing the Khalid or the Kaja, just trolling us a bit here. Let's see what he actually wants to go for. And 65, the marksman of the group, getting the last pick for the side of Econ Province. What do you think they'll go for?
Oh, the Kaja is a very good pick. But yeah, I wanted to say, I would have rather gone for a Clint against the Aerothal. But yeah, look, Claude, not a bad pick. Brody, not a bad pick.
My mission.
And Main deciding to go with Hylos. And Ban 65 picks up Brody.
Please me flashing this X-Borg. X-Borg was also a pretty big problem in the previous match. So they might want to go for it again. I mean, if it's not broken, why fix it?
Yeah, especially with X-Borg being so buff in this patch. I mean, receiving that love that was actually well deserved as Please Me picks up X-Borg. And well, hoping to please Scarlet Mayhem with this pick. The Bumblebee will be in action. So, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the draft for the second match. Will Scarlet Mayhem take this in a clean sweep fashion, or will Econ Province, Prodigy's Coven, take this and take us into the sudden death round? Let's go.
So, based on draft alone, both teams have good CC. Damage also in there. Mobility coming in from the far side. There's not a lot of mobility coming in from the side of Econ Province. So, which draft would you favor?
What are you talking about? I mean, you've got the glorious pathway coming in from Hylos, so that would allow for that extra mobility. And, well, Brody, his passive is, to be very mobile. So, yeah, Zetian with the global ult. Well, not the global ult, but the global vision in our ult. So, if we're looking at team fight composition, I'll have to go with the side of Scarlet Mayhem. However, Econ Province does have the Lapu Lapu, Lancelot, and the Zetian meta heroes in the pick. So if they can go for the pickoffs, they should be able to pull this one through.
I did agree with you there, but look at this rotation coming in from the Roamer and Mage. Oh, but the engagement is onto the Zetian already, damaging her somewhat. And Farsa just also giving some good damage right now, but also getting it.
Yeah, so Zetian did a lot of damage onto Farsa. However, the Litho goes to Scarlet Mayhem as X-Borg uses the retry onto the Litho.
The two mages from as Farsa and Zetian do look quite similar, especially with the skins. So sometimes you have to look extremely copy.
Yeah, that is true. Farsa nearly getting eliminated. But it was forced to recall, as we do see both teams are currently, Econ Province did set up for the gank here onto the gold lane. However, they will be disengaging. Just waiting for Lancelot. Lancelot not just ready yet, as we do see the engagement between Hylos and Tigreal is in the mix. So short-lived. A lot of love coming in for Scarlet Mayhem at this point in stage. The votes still ever so enormously slightly in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. That was wrong wording, but the first turtle of the match will spawn up in the next 10 seconds. We do see an engagement onto main. Hylos takes a lot of damage. Zetian into the mix. The last insanity has been committed from Xborg, but not finishing off Hylos with the last insanity. Zetian taking damage from Take Me, however, being able to sustain those hits. So no ults for both majors coming into this first turtle matchup.
True, and both teams are also already rotating to this turtle. And Scarlet Mayhem does have a little bit of an advantage position right now, but Econ Province is already making shitty goats are on their way to the turtle.
Well, I mean, I've noticed something, right? And keep an eye out on Scarlet Mayhem, right? With their positioning, defending the Xborg's jungle is so beautiful, and also just allows that setup as we do see both teams onto this turtle. However, the retro gap comes in. Xborg gets the first turtle of the match. However, the engagement is on. Lapu into the backline. Will we see the first blood? Oh my word, first blood going to the side of Scarlet Mayhem. But Lancelot does pick up a double kill, potentially a triple kill, but Ruby with the I'm offended into the mix and slices up the Hylos with the scythe. So 2 for 2 exchange and a gold, well, slightly in favor of Econ Province.
The damage from this Lancelot and Zetian is actually quite crazy, especially so early in the game right now, when none of Scarlet Mayhem's team really has any defense items. But we do see already the rotation from Donryu as he just scouts out the bushes, might be getting information to set up a gank for his team.
Well, he's just providing vision for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. That's ideally what your roam should do. Oh, the feather airstrike from Faza coming in. The pushback from Tigreal, just missing Zetian. That would have been so beautiful. But nonetheless, Lancelot onto Don Ryu. Oh, the implosion play coming in from Tigreal onto 3 glorious pathway has been committed, allowing his team to escape. But Faza was eliminated. Lost insanity onto Zetian, and Zetian has been eliminated. Pan currently. Oh, that ult coming in from Brody clutches Tigreal, and that is a 3-for-1 exchange, ladies and gentlemen, in favor of Econ Province.
Beautiful play from Econ Province, managing to get the upper hand this early in the game, especially in comparison to the first game that we have seen. The second quarter of the game is already in a few seconds right now.
Well,
Who will actually be in position to take it?
Well, both teams that Scarlet Mayhem will position for the turtle earlier. We do see Lancelot just taking the red buff and will go for that turtle rotation. However, this is all going to come down to who's going to get displaced here. As we do see, Hylos does scout out Tigreal, so they do know where Tigreal is, and Ruby into the mix as well.
It was funny watching the little race from the Lapu versus the Ruby as they were both rushing to the turtle. This is already
glorious pathway has been committed. Xborg gets the last insanity onto Brody. However, Econ Province gets pushed back from Tigreal. Lancelot does get the kill onto Tigreal. Xborg into the mix. Will they be able to sustain this or get directly onto the second turtle of the match? Let's go.
Definitely seems like he's trying to, but this team is just doing
Last
a beautiful
insanity
job.
onto Hylos. Hylos has been taken down. However, Lancelot into the mix. We will see that double kill as Lancelot does seal the deal and not afraid of a 2v1 situation. Erithal comes in and kills the Zetian. So 2-for-2 exchange.
So right now, just past the 6-minute mark, we're already 18.3 thousand gold versus 16.4 thousand gold in the favor of Econ Province, but Lapu managing to get the first turret of this match.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that's a 2.7k gold lead in favor of Econ Province, and has the map control at this point of stage with that tier 1 turret taken down. just waiting for those set plays. I mean, for Scarlet Mayhem, they definitely need to get the set plays, especially for Faza to be taken into accountability. So, or especially with the damage. So you need the Tiger with the implosion play and Ruby with a follow up with the I am offended, so that that feather airstrike can come in and not allow anyone to jump onto it. As we do see the glorious pathway from main is being committed. However, Brody gets the kill onto Erithal. We will see the play onto Tigreal. Brody doing a lot of damage at this point in stage. Oh my word. 1-0 exchange in favor of Econ Province.
There was a lot of ults coming out from the side of Econ Province just to be able to get the Erithal. Tigreal pushing main into the turret. Doesn't manage to kill him, but will get taken down himself.
Yeah, just trying to save Faza from that engagement. However, we do see Ruby onto Zetian. Oh, but the Zetian second skill has been committed. However, Erithal comes in and finishes off Zetian and tries to engage onto Lancelot. Lancelot just being a lot faster than Erithal's Ducati bike.
True, but Lapu already engaging onto this X-Borg will get taken down by the Ruby.
Yeah, Feathered Airstrike doing the damage onto Lapu. However, Scarlet Mayhem is going for the Circle. Last Insanity has been committed. However, we do see the push coming in from Tigreal. Implosion onto Hylos. Glorious Pathway was committed and allows Pan to get out of danger.
This Fury of the Phoenix place coming out from the Famelancer is... I'm sorry, Arcana. Oh, but Brody managing to take down X-Borg might get taken down by the Erithal and does get taken down. And Lancelot is once again just pushing out the spot lane.
Yeah, so that is a shutdown kill coming in from Erithal onto the Brody. So just before the 9-minute mark, it's only 2 kills advantage in favor of Econ Province with almost, well, it's a 2.4k gold lead. Oh my word. It's a 2.6k gold lead, okay? Okay, stop it now.
He's not agreeing with us tonight, it seems. But these Zetian alt plays, Scarlet Mayhem definitely has to make sure to, if they cannot bait it out, to be extremely careful and not get caught, because that is what changes the team fights around in the favor of Econ Province.
Yeah, so Econ Province shouldn't allow Scarlet Mayhem to farm up the way that they are currently farming up. I mean, this could be the tides that can turn and shift in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. As I mentioned that, Lancelot gets the kill onto Ruby in the bot lane.
And right now, first score of the game up in around 20 seconds. Get onto Erithal. Will she get taken down? No, not yet. Oh, but Arcana managed to get her with the ult.
Lancelot with these lances being so deadly, lost insanity, being committed from Please Me onto Natalia and pays the price as Hylos does get the kill onto X-Borg. Scarlet Mayhem should definitely slow the pace down just a bit, get that farm and just be patient. Wait for a perfect set and play. Because, I mean, the implosion play from Tiger was beautiful and onto almost a full team. But the Ruby was not able to secure the Faza with feathered airstrike. So allowing Econ Province to jump on her and cancel the feathered airstrike. But nonetheless, let's go. This should potentially go to a sudden death round. As we do see the engagement onto Black implosion play coming in from Tiger. Erithal will be finishing off the job. Oh, no follow-up. Black is out of harm's way. Erithal has been taken down by Brody. Oh my word, the engagement continues and Brody takes down the Tiger. Feathered airstrike coming in from Faza, but with no avail. Will we see the Maniac coming in here? Will Brody get it? Oh, Pan 65 not being able to secure the Maniac. Oh my word. Monkey King _ first. Back off if you don't want Brody to get the Maniac. So 3-0 exchange in favor of Econ Province. First Lord into the mix here. We'll go on to that tier 3 turret.
Scarlet Mayhem, as you said, will have to slow the pace down, but they also definitely have to get the comms back up to what they were in the first match. just be able to defend properly, wait for Econ Province to make a mistake, or actually create opportunities themselves.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's all going to come down. I mean, you've got the set comp, right? You need to get the sets, and then the follow up on the damages. But nonetheless, it's only the second match, and at this rate that we're going at now, we will definitely be seeing a sudden death round.
That is true, but every time I say those words, I already see Waylander are ready to tease us for saying that word.
That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Let us, that is very, very much so true. Let's go. Lotus,
I thought,
I've got a serious question to ask you. Do you know the Muffin Man?
no, I do not.
The Muffin Man? How don't you know the Muffin Man? So, Tier 1 are taken down in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. However, Blank was trying to scout out and take that red buff, but not being able to do so. Please me waiting in the bush here for the Lancelot and not getting that second skill pull with these stacks.
Scarlet Mayhem will have to do a good defense right now, but this Donryu, if they can just get good sets with him right now, they can turn this entire game around.
The Econ Province definitely does not want the jungle to go in favor of Scarlet Mayhem, as we do see Econ Province does start the second Lord of the match. They did do a lot of damage with that first Lord. They should be able to secure a Tier 3 turret with the next Lord. However, Scarlet Mayhem not wanting to get in onto the action here onto the Lord. However, they will not be able to do so. Lost Insanity has been committed from Expo. Glorious Pathway from the High Loss has been committed, and we will see the Immortality getting procced on the Expo. However, Lapu Lapu is taken down by the Erathel, but Lancelot into the mix. Oh my word, there's 2 points that I need to focus. I can't focus. As Brody gets the kill onto Expo. So to make that a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Econ Province. Brody coming in clutch. Pan 65 is showing us what a Brody is supposed to be doing, and that is stack up the triple kills. But the legendary kill goes to Lancelot as the Farzar is taken down. And this would conclude the second match of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading into that sudden death round.
Victory!
Get your popcorn, get your drinks. Let's go. And hit that like, share, and subscribe button anytime you'd like to do so. We do appreciate the support, and we love you all. And as I know, you should probably love Scorp, Skinkle, and Waylander, and Lotus, and Oshroomsy, and, well, everyone in the community. If you didn't, why would you be here?
Beautiful place coming us in Econ Province, managing to get this second game under the belts. So right now they just need to win this third game, but this third match is 81's game.
Yeah, well, I'll make my predicaments or predictions once I see the draft. But both teams putting on a dominant performance in both matches. So I'm getting the cookies. Beanies, yeah, definitely get it. Is it going to be chocolate chip tonight, or is it going to be ginger? Or what cookies are you going to get? And get your milk as well.
Oh, but I feel a bit sad because I know that there will be a Sitian ban coming up in this next drafting phase. And into the drafting phase we go. Scarlet Mayhem on the left side, Econ Province on the right hand side. Please me getting the first ban of this drafting phase. Who will he ban up?
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your chat. It is me you've been looking for. Yo, I just slaughtered that song. I forgot the words and I compromised. As Kalia is the first band for the side of Scarlet Mayhem.
Scarlet Mayhem has been banning her now for 3 times in a row. They definitely do not want to play against her. Main from Econ Province getting the next ban of this draft in the face. Who will he ban out? A respect ban we might see? Or just a meta ban? But he is patiently taking his time as this counter is ticking slowly.
Muscle of iron. Bones of steel.
Gadagasha banned from the side of Econ Province. And no more butchered songs in the background. Let us see, where did Scott Skinkle go to?
Admin work, young lady. Admin work. You know, I'm doing the things that I'm normally doing behind the scenes. So you are blessed with the best.
Your efforts are appreciated and your contributions will be remembered. Speaking of contributions, Daniel contributing to banning out the Roger from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Faymancer getting the next ban. Who will he go for this time? Faymancer, beautiful plays from the Zetian in the previous match, but I'm surprised to see no Zetian bans so far. Is Scarlet Mayhem maybe planning on picking her first? Let's see. Daniel also made some good plays in the previous match, and Dr. Venomous on that Aerithal was a bit crazy. But as the timer keeps going down, Lilia banned from the side of Econ Province. That Lilia, she was a bit dramatic for the side of Econ Province. The amount of the damage she dealt is understandable. I would ban her as well. Hylos banned from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. No more glorious pathway for the side of Econ Province. That Hylos is managing to give that tower dive capability to his team. Yeah, no one wants to deal with that. Arcana getting the last ban of this first phase of the banning phase. Let us see who she, he, it, they goes for.
He, she, it, they. Arcana, if you listen and watch the stream afterwards, you got identified as he, she, they, it. And I'm going to emphasize on the it.
Let them play the hero.
Yuzong once again
I
banned.
will be the
Can you
truth
blame
this
me?
world
Because
desperately needs.
usually there was always 2 pronouns. Now everyone made him an it pronoun.
Bound by heaven's mandate.
Take me
My legacy
picking
shall
up this
endure.
again.
Just some background noises here in the background. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want some good news, Wylander will be joining us in the casting seat very shortly. And as well as Rika will be joining in from the second best of 3 series. So at this point in stage, we're in the sudden death round between Scarlet Mayhem and Econ Province. Who will take this one? Who will take the dubs? And who will get those extra points on the leaderboard?
Thorns remain, should petals fall.
Blank once again on the Lancelot. And Fayman's are picking up the Uranus. Uranus has been extremely strong, that sustainability, and with the recent buffs, just the ability to do more than just be a sponge for damage. Donner getting the next pick. Will he switch up? Will he make his pick? Monkey King underscore first, wanting to go for the CC. CC is just a brilliant hero. Quite underrated at times, but extremely strong. But let's see. That curtain call does wonders, but Donner flashing the Kufra picks up the Kufra. That Kufra with the Tyrant's Wrath can make some beautiful sets. Arcana showing us the Kadita. And yes, I do not know whether you're a he, she, it, they, So please, it is nothing personal.
Yeah, so wait, if you missed it, Arcana got identified as an it from Lotus. So shame on you, Lotus. You can't go around and call people its.
Can somebody put a screen for me to see so we can load it together? We can get some blushes going because you know.
Let me share my screen for you, bro.
Main picking up the Jawhead. Jawhead is such a good hero, but he's very situational, much like a Zask. So picking him up, let's see what they have in mind. Arcana getting the next ban for this drafting phase. Who will they go for? All they have to fight now is a jungler or a marksman.
So Lotus is very dramatic. I just must say this. But anyway,
What?
I would agree, right? However, based on the draft, right, what do you think, Skapskenko? Picking up the jungler as a first pick?
Well, bro, that's been the theme for Econ Province and well, all three matches. Blank picking up Lancelot in all three matches. So currently at this point of stage, Scarlet Mayhem is changing up their draft. I mean, they did go for a set potential in both of the first three matches. But not going for that tanky lineup. Econ Province definitely going with the tanky lineup now. And Rika, welcome to the membership club, as a purchase of the Spartan membership has gone to Rika. So thank you so much for the support, bro. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, but we don't see him on the stream, right? So I'm gonna negate the all of that. He doesn't want to join us, right? Because apparently Rika has no love for us. We're waiting for him. We want to see what he has to say.
So,
Maybe the best caster in SA. I'm gonna say maybe, right? Maybe.
he doesn't
You need to
have
prove it to us.
he doesn't have access to the MLBB casting. So I'm just currently busy sorting that out in the background so that we can get him into the MLBB casting DCVC. DCVC,
All right.
Discord voice chat.
While you're doing that, let me come and join in here. Let's hear what Mrs. Black has to say about the next ban coming through.
The next thing coming through from Scarlet Mayhem would probably be a mage. But let's see.
So you know when I'm looking at this Lotus, Jawhead, Uranus, Lance, tanky, and some burst damage. Are they going to pick up some lockdown? Because I would with a Lance, right? Because he's one of the main damage dealers. Don't you think that there should be a certain degree of lockdown?
That is true. So which heroes would you suggest for this for said lockdown?
Monkey would be the hardest counter ever. However, let's see what the players decide they want to go for. Because no XP laner has been picked up as of yet.
Well, Monkey King _first did pick up the CC, so Arcana flashing the Selena. Last night of the Selena in the hands of Cat Meow Pew Pew was crazy, so you might be able to see some good Selena plays right now. Selena just has damage, the vision capabilities. So
Yeah. Selena, especially yesterday, right? We did get to see Kings use Selena to a different level. That was Cat Meow Pew Pew. I don't know if Lotus is a cat lover. Are you a cat lover?
I prefer puppies and dogs.
Oh, so finally we are joined by the best caster on planet Earth who decides he wants to keep his mic muted. He doesn't want to talk to the rest of us. But let's see. Once he gets ready and back into action, everybody knows who this is. Everybody does. It's Seppi. Seppi, unmute yourself because I can't unmute you. The people want to hear you.
Well, I'm just setting up my mic.
Rika, be warned, we've got a very lively Mr. Waylander this evening. So this is going to make for some pure content. Super excited.
Locked, loaded, and ready to bring the heat.
This being picked up for the side of Scarlet Ma'am, along with Please Me taking up the Alpha, and Arcana once again flashing the Selena after Pan65 picked up the 1-1.
So they're hovering around a Zask pick, flashing between that and the Valier. So let me put this out to everybody. Zask, Valier. Zask is not. Actually, when was the last time Zask has been meta?
2 patches ago.
Let me ask. Oh, I was gonna ask though. What is the word you told me about kunai?
Kunai.
We've had certain conversations. If anybody wants to know, Seppi has told me certain things that he should not have known in this life. However, it is going to be still the flashing Sicilian. Maybe a Vexana could be good.
I am testing my microphone. Hello.
Welcome. We can hear you.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll be doing the next best of 3. I think you guys need to finish the job here. All this pretty high best of 3 happening right now.
Yeah, that is true. So then we can get Mr. Rika into the next best of 3 series and let him join us in the tournament lobby. But this does conclude the third and final matches drafts. Scarlet Mayhem up against Econ Province, or newly renamed to Prodigy's Coven. But nonetheless, I do see Econ Province receiving some love in the chat. Where were you all when your team needed you in the first match? Your vote's only coming in now. What's wrong with you? Shame on you. There's your Christophers live name and shame. So into the third and final match we go. Scarlet Mayhem versus Econ Province.
The battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
So based on the draft, right, lady and gentlemen, and obviously you are taking a point on this. What are you favoring?
I am going to have to go with Econ Province purely with their draft. I mean, they've got the first line, they've got the sets, they've got the sustain, and well, I'm not liking the 1-1 pick though because she's been nerfed once again. But nonetheless, let's see. This could go either way.
So XP lane, a little bit of poke damage there coming out. The battle of the mid lane looks for the most part fairly even as things stand. But oh my goodness.
As we do see the engagement onto CC, but CC dishing out the damage onto Uranus. You know CC loves them tanky boys. Will we see the first kill going to CC? No, sir. Faymancer does escape the clutches, or shall we say the yo-yos of CC.
Yeah, Carpenter says many inappropriate things. However, I'm teasing.
All right, we do see Alpha. Well, Kufra, Don Ryo currently setting up. Don Ryo did the bounce onto main, and Alpha with the Spear of Alpha just missing everyone there. But the displacement coming in from Jawhead. Oh, but Don Ryo is able to escape with the Kufra. No avail in that team fight.
Yeah. A lot of poke damage before the objective of the game. So things are looking a little bit even. Yeah, I would say even Stevens. But a lot of it comes down to the control that you can develop.
Oh, the Spear of Alpha onto Uranus, and the first blood going to Please Me, as Please Me gets that Spear of Alpha onto Uranus. Oh, but the engagement does continue. Bat feast from Sicilian into the mix. However, main taking a lot of damage, but Blank comes in and clutches the turtle of the first turtle of the match. Lancelot getting a double kill, taking down the Kufra and the CC. But Please Me, not done yet, getting the kill, but he's taken down by the Sanguine Claws from Sicilian. So a 3-for-2 exchange in favor
My-
of Econ Province.
My goodness, that was a lot of aggression here at that early part of the game. Whew. It's like we're watching a little bit of a brawl here around that turtle. It's to be expected, I would say. It's the first turtle. You do like to have that particular contest that does happen.
Yeah, as we do see, Econ Province is currently coming for the wraparound play here onto Clint. The Sanguine Claws does land onto Clint. Clint is in a sticky situation as Blank picks up the killing spree on the Lancelot onto Clint. I have to say, right, and I'm going to be honest, right, these names, I'm pretty much clutching here, bro. This is ladies and gentlemen, if you have kids watching the stream, please advise this is rated 18.
It's 18 because of Skinko. Sometimes he gets so excited that he says some inappropriate words. As
No.
we all know that. We've heard him on his horror streams.
Hey, bro, it's not my fault that you've got like the names of Take Me and Please Me up against the Uranus, you know. This is sus. But nonetheless, speaking of Uranus, CC doing a lot of damage onto Uranus. Blank is into the mix. Will we see the slow onto CC from Uranus? But in the meantime, we do see a battle in the bot lane here onto Arcana and Pan 65. 1-1, not getting a favorable matchup just yet.
That 1-1. Looking for the crossbow tanks. Oh, but the second turtle of the game is up. We've got the teams in position. Some poking. But, however, so far, no repositioning of the objective. But a lot of damage being taken out. Alpha in a mix. He is taking a Uranus causing havoc there as we see Lance take the second turtle off the match.
Yeah, that is true. That is not a stolen retry onto the turtle. Lancelot got his team and allowing him to get an engagement onto the turtle. But we do see the battle between Uranus and CC continuing. But Uranus, you know, being such a tanky boy, stepping away, healing up, going back onto the CC. However, we do see the displacement from Joy. It misses Alpha as that Spear of Alpha was committed defensively. However, Main will be taken down by Dr. Venomous as Clint gets that kill onto Uranus. Blank currently being able to escape with that dashing skill of his.
Oh my goodness. Things are like with this jungle invades and everything else, right? Very, very, very aggressive right now from the both teams. So it's anyone's guess. We are into the third matchup here. Who's gonna take this? Apart from do we expect to see our viewers first come through?
Well, potentially. It could be, as we do see the crossbow tags from 1-1, but Lancelot gets the triple kill and steals 1-1's kill. However, no Maniac once more for Blank as Sicilian comes and steals his Maniac. Blank would be shouting onto Arcana right now.
I'm very glad you called that up.
Well, it is the second time this evening that it has happened, but the Maniac was stolen from Pan 65. But nonetheless, at just before the 7-minute mark, we do see Econ Province coming in for this jungle invade. Does succeed. Oh no, the retry is used by Alpha to secure the blue buff. So just before the 7-minute mark, we do see the 5-kill advantage in favor of Econ Province, and as well as a full 3.1k gold lead.
That is a big gold lead.
Oh, we do see the crossbow tanks has been committed onto Don Rayo. Kufra will not be able to sustain this as the 1-1 gets a kill onto the counter. I mean, you do pick up a Kufra to counter the 1-1, but nonetheless, successful Spear of Alpha onto Main. Joy has been eliminated. Retry coming in clutch from Lancelot as the third and final turtle has been taken. So 2 turtles going in, well, all 3 turtles going in favor of Econ Province.
Yeah, that gives him a decent amount of gold lead, that amount of control right now as things stand. Oh my goodness. Can we dig Don Rayo in the live chat
You
when he comes back?
Go for it, bro. Go for it.
Don't you worry, Don Rayo. We're going to be clipping some moments of it.
Yeah, especially you, because you are going to see the replays
Yes.
of your match.
And if you don't like it, shame.
Spear of Alpha has been committed onto Lancelot with no avail. The displacement, well, displacing Uranus. Jawhead, wrong hero, bro. Wrong hero. But nonetheless, the blue buff is a successful invade. However, the Sanguine Claws aren't to please me, and no follow up just yet.
What do you think about this Uranus, bro? It's maybe one of the most annoying heroes in the game at this current point in time.
Well, bro, looking at the amount of damage that he can sustain, a Sanguine Claws onto CC, displacement as well. CC is taken down by the Sicilian, but Uranus being able to sustain so much damage, heal up, come back into the fight, bro. It's such an overpowered hero, in my opinion, but disgusting. Disgusting. I don't know why I haven't bought them yet.
Really? The thing is, like, he's an annoying to deal with, right? So the question really is, what do you do to counter Uranus right now?
A lot of true damage. Oh, as we mentioned, that Alpha with the Spear of Alpha onto Jawhead.
My goodness. So Econ Province putting the pressure on. They have the map control. They're going to go for this next objective here. As we can see, Lord is up, or as Rika will, when he puts his mic on, so he's not called Lord anymore. Oh, Alpha gets the double kill. All right, who's going to secure the objective? That's the big question.
Oh, as we do see the shutdown kill coming in from Sicilian onto the Alpha. However, the engagement continues. Shutdown kill onto Lancelot. Don Rayo is chasing to catch the Sicilian, but Sicilian does escape. We see Jawhead and Sicilian going to come and re-engage onto this Lord Hill, just trying to push Scarlet Mayhem out of this engagement. Sanguine Claws lands onto Kufra. So Dante in the chat says you buy 5 magic crystals to counter him.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, Dante. I cannot disagree at all. So the Lord being started up, a little bit of poke damage here happening. The set is in place. Teams are trying to come and to contest this. Oh, CC taking a lot of damage. Has to pop the vengeance. But is CC going to say, oh my goodness, 1-1 manages to take the CC down as Uranus front lining in this matter here. Who's going to take the objective? Double kill goes the way of Alpha. And it is Lancelot that secures the Lord for the goodness, so much of craziness happening here.
That was a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Scarlet Mayhem going to push those turrets because they do have the number advantage at this point of stage. Oh, the Spear of Alpha missing Pan as Blank comes in and eliminates Alpha.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Alpha went in there, thought he was going to land the combination, but Lancelot has that ability to escape a lot of damage. So, for the side of Econ Province, or what was previously known as Econ Province, they do have the Lord, so they have an opportunity to try and take some of the neutral objectives. But let's see if they can achieve anything with this. There was a couple of losses of players in the mix, but once more the Uranus continuing. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage here. Manages to escape for the most part, but as things stand, I would say a little bit even season.
Yeah, that is true. As we do see, this team fight is currently transpiring in the bot half of the jungle. Lancelot into the back line, gets the pick-off kill onto Clint. However, the engagement does continue, but 1-1 finishes off Kufra, and Pan is on to Monkey King first. Currently, it is a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Prodigy Coven. However, Uranus onto Alpha, and Sicilian follows up and finishes off off Alpha. Look at this Uranus under the turret, does the damage, and then escapes, heals up, and crossbow tanks coming in from 1-1 onto Monkey King first. CC has been eliminated. Only Zetian left to defend. Will she be able to defend this? Prodigy Coven definitely have the number advantage. They could push for the end here if they ever want to do so.
Possible, but they have achieved the objective that they want to. A tier 3 turret taken down in the top lane. So for the most part, I would say let's retreat, let's recuperate, let's get the objectives achieved, because everything is an objective-based game right now.
That is true. I mean, oh my word, there we go with that again. So that is... you see what you did to me when the viewers couldn't hear the introduction, right? Nonetheless, right, this is the point of time where gold is fairly not going to mean anything more, as we do see Uranus going on to Zetian and the squad, however, not being able to get the stun down just yet. We do see CC running up in the top lane, trying to go for that split push, as we do see the next Lord has spawned up, or shall we say, the Roar has spawned.
Yeah. So it should be uncontested based on the way things are going with the zone. As we can see, Lance securing that objective. Do you think, Scouskenkel, that this could be the beginning of the end?
Yes, bro, this could definitely be the beginning of the end. I mean, Econ Province, they do have that frontliner. They can have the set. I mean, yeah, we are back into the funneling, the area you don't want to be playing in your jungle, especially if you've got like the Jawhead and the Sicilian. You don't want to play in that area. Oh, Main and Don Ryu standing next to one another for quite, well, let's say, call it 3 seconds before they realize, oh, wait, enemy in the jungle.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens like that. You don't want to engage on the person that you can see in front of you. It's all about the objectives right now, as we're waiting for Econ to see the Lord is pushing through to the top lane there. What's gonna happen? The waves are fairly synced up. The Lord making his way through. They're trying to create the strength, but let's see what goes on.
Lancelot continuing with the killing spree. What we saw, Sicilian finishing off CC. However, Scarlet Mayhem doesn't have an answer for this. This best of 3 series goes in favor of Prodigy Coven, well, previously known as Econ Province. Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the first match of the evening. So we're just quickly going to get the second lobby sorted out for you, and we will be back. So please enjoy the new intro video. I'm not done with it. I still need to put the squad logos in there, but for all entertainment purposes, enjoy the song. It is the full clip now. It's not just a snippet of 1 minute. So please hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and we will be back.
yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration, feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration, feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With gods in the weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our next lobby sorted out. It is going to be Madagascar up against Eskerton Sonora. But we are joined with a very special guest and part of the family. It's always fun to have him here on the voice on the mic with us. And there's your first Christopherson moment of the evening. You see, so flustered by his presence. He is probably known, or definitely known as the best MLBB caster in the world. It is.
I don't know about the world, Chief, but I would like to be known as the best MLBB caster in South Africa at this current time. That would be a great title to own. I think I have it at least. Don't know about the whole of Africa, but we're getting there. All right.
No. Don't be modest. Just for the people tuning in to watch, this is Steppy. This is the best MLB, as everybody knows, everywhere. When you hear his voice, if we could only put the camera on so you can see his sexy face as well, everybody knows how amazing Steppy is. He is going to give us his expertise. He's going to give us the knowledge. He's going to give us that voice that goes with it. But in the meantime, we're entering that ban phase of the game. There is going to be a lot of craziness happening here. We've got Econ up against Meta. Things are going to get a little bit crazy.
I am not the only one bound.
That is true, but bats coming out from the side of Madagascar. First up is Yisan, and from the side of Eskerton Sonata, Phoebe is already banned out from the equation.
Yeah, so what do you think, Lotus? The Yisun Shin? A little bit of a respect ban there for General Cho?
That could be true, but General Cho already has so many other assassins and junglers in his arsenal, and Ruby also getting banned out. This seems more a bit of a reminiscence from the previous matches between the previous two teams.
Yeah. These two teams are rather, should I say, are very strong. Eskerton going for the Granger ban, and then it's followed up by a clear from Madagascar. So they're going for typical, I would say, must picks at this moment in time. So it's a lot of what we consider to be the meta ban coming through.
Your team is picking.
I agree. Xborg also getting banned out. Xborg is actually pretty strong right now, and the damage, the sustainability. But Larry and B getting the first pick for the side of Madagascar, will he swap out? Or will he pick his hero? Although I don't think it's the best idea to take a marksman so early in the game.
Yeah. It's nice to have a little bit of a flex pick as the first pick, but let's see what Madagascar goes for. They're flashing around, just a couple of things being shown. Right? It doesn't even matter about a swap out at this moment in time. But because whatever you pick, you pick. But there's certain lanes you don't really want to go for. Franco being shown. Province would be the one that
Just yet. When you see CC running up in the top lane, trying to
I
go
don't
for
know
that
what you think,
split push,
Lotus,
as you
right?
do
Should
see
Lance
the
be one
next
of the
Lord
first picks?
has
There's a lot of
spawned
hard
up,
counters
or
there.
shall we say, the roar has
Thank you there,
spawned.
sir. Pick not my favorite, but Econ Province
So
did
pretty
manage to
uncontested based
make
on the
that
way
work in the
things are
previous
going with the
Best
zone,
of 3 series.
as we can
So
see.
maybe Madagascar
Lance,
thinks,
for sure.
why don't we do the same?
Agreed. But I know Lance is really strong at this moment in time. So you do want to secure. However, as a first pick, that gives you the options for like a cool crowd, etc. However, the side of Econ don't want to go for that cool crowd pick as a start off. They go for the box here. They go for the Kimmy. Yuzong thrown in as and obviously an XP lane pick, right? It's not like a big Yuzong in at the lane.
Listen,
So what do you
listen here.
think so far?
Wait. Yuzong is a roam hero in my book, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna say this, right? You say Yuzong is Rome, right? How much of better Rome? Just in terms of better. I'm not saying not good. I'm not saying Yuzong shouldn't be in the mix. I'm just saying better.
Listen, there's not another hero that can go in, stun the enemies, give a good set, and then after that can sustain himself with that healing effect that has been buffed in the recent patch. Never mind. I'm not going to talk anymore before I give away too many strats from my squad.
Charles Rico just outs his entire team. We watched the Arlot being picked up, the Lunox as well. So let's see how things are going to go going forward.
General Cho getting the last ban for the side of Econ. They'll probably go for a maximum ban right now. But what do you think of the lineup so far? Bedong banned from Kitten Sonata. And Suya banned from 69 Shiny. Suya isn't that strong anymore as he used to be when he first came up, but what do you think? Wait.
Yeah. Suyu, as we all know, right? One of the meta junglers, but it looks like Madagascar, they do know who they want to try to ban out. It's going to be the General Cho. He picked up that Raja. We've seen him do some crazy things on the Raja play. However, into the lineup that we currently have, I'm not sure because Raja does have that. He's mainly meant to deal with his passive, some tanky-ish of lineup. It does change the way Madagascar are gonna go with this. They do go for the Bruno pick in this regards, and hovering around the high loss just to give them a little bit of extra early game pressure.
Well, the house is extremely good also for being able to do invades, just throwing out that glorious pathway and just managing to be there at the objective within seconds. So it's a very good roamer. But Nerf Colin flashing the Ling just for some trolling. Yes, sorry?
Yeah. That's the thing about the Raja pick, right? Beautiful pick, right? It creates a little bit of chaos in the minds of Madagascar because Raja can go gold, it can go jungle. It's a real question of what Eskita and Sonata are going to decide with this particular matchup.
That is true, but he'll be going for the gold thing.
Yeah, Ling being picked up. So what do you think here, Lotus? Ling into this particular lineup has the ability to escape a lot of damage. High skill hero, but in a 1v1 situation, jungle versus jungle, I would say Ling has the faster jungle clear compared to Alarm.
I do agree with you there, and the Ling has high mobility, and that Tempest of Blades does a lot of damage. But we'll have to see what these two teams do with these stats as we hand you guys over to Scott and Pika.
Yeah, so Seppi and Skanker will be in the mix. As we will hear both of them take us through this first game. It's so exciting, but enough from myself, right? Because you know how much I like to talk. Let me hand you over to the main men of the hour.
All right. Thank you, Lotus and Waylander. We are Mr. Scarp Skenkel. We're going into game 1 versus Econ and Madagascar. Listen, I'm liking both of these drafts quite a lot here. Both of them make a lot of sense. Disappointed to not see that Joy picked up. Was hovered over by the side of Econ as well. But, we can't have the nice things in life a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, not all of the times. But talking about good things, Chano Borrow getting a free membership exclusively here from Waylander Gaming. So YouTube chose you. And please enjoy those emotes, those extras, thingies, and welcome to the stream.
All right, Mr. Way. I just called you Mr. Way. I said Mr. Scarp. That's who you are. I like what Econ were doing. They were sort of swapping around a lot of their heroes. Just a second here. Look at the mid lane right now. Diddy is getting diddied up right now by this Bashir. Oh my God. Easiest first blood of their lives.
Damn, that was so quick, bro. I was looking at Nerf Colin with the Kimmy going bleep, 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 and eliminated. So first blood going to Escaton to North very fast.
Oh yeah. Well, quite the appropriate name on that Hylos. Oh well, no, it would have been the other way around if it was appropriate. Anyway, I'm done with this this bit. We are looking at a little bit of a fight here in the top lane, a little bit of a trading here. Yuzhong versus Arlot, I know, is a very skill-dependent matchup. Both heroes can win this lane pretty hard. It's just up to which one can win, like those little trades. All their little trades matter. Each basic attack matters quite a lot.
Yeah, especially if you've got that stun from Arlot's first skill. But nonetheless, we do see the battle for the mid lane is on as Esket and Sunata just getting that minion wave through. But Diddy and Lucier just stopping him in their tracks.
Okay, we're seeing the turtle spawn up a little bit here. General Cho on the hunt already. Got that level 4. Looking for that Tempest of Blades here. Dodges out that knockup from the Yuzhong. It's actually going to be the kill going to the UIZ first. And Ling struggling a little bit to finish up the kill there. Great play coming in from Zed Swakyu, or whatever you pronounce that as. I'm just going to call him YZ for the rest of the match.
Let's go, Yuzhong. Beautiful engagement onto Arlot, sustaining a 2v1 battle as we do see the engagement onto Nerf Gyro, and Baxia has been eliminated by Larry NB with a Lancelot.
Look at the turtle getting taken down quite low here. We're going to see Larry NB trying to secure that for his team here. It should be pretty easy, especially since Lancelot is one of the best retry, takers in the whole game, right? Having that invulnerability frame with that Thorn Crown, and as well as the Phantom Execution, is really, really good. Something that Ling doesn't really have so easily. Sure, the Tempest of Blades does work pretty well, but it's not as instant. It's not as like that instant gratification of what Lance can do, right? So, looking at a bit of an engagement here onto Nerf Gyro, looking at quite a lot of damage committed onto this Bashia, taken out quite easily as the chase continues. Larry MB dashing around with the puncture, doing lots of damage to Nerf Colin, but does not get the kill. But we are seeing how deadly right now Larry NB is on this Lancelot. As we look at also a little bit of a raid here, General Cho needs to be a little bit careful. They're going to just take this away, tax them up from that blue buff. He does not get it. I think Larry MB got it. No, actually it was Diddy who got the blue buff. Diddy'd up that blue buff, but pays for it in the end. Goes to jail.
So, just before the 3.5 minute mark, we do see Madagascar having that 2k gold lead as well as a 2-kill advantage. Currently, that jungle invade going successful in favor of Madagascar, but just losing that buff, but nonetheless, still a gain because General Chow was not able to get it, as we do see an engagement onto Baxia, and that revitalized was popped.
Indeed. Like in the game state right now, a bit of a pretty hefty advantage going over to Madagascar right now. You can see 11k over to just hitting 10k right now. This YZ is in a bit of danger right now. He's not going to be able to make it out of that, especially with the Bashia there. But it is going to be a trade, 1 for 2. Well, no, excuse me, it's 2 for nothing. I'm getting my numbers mixed up here. Finally getting the kill onto Nerf Monarch. Okay, that's a 2 for 1. I'll put it that way.
So you predicted the 2 for 1 exchange, bro. You predicted it. Let's leave it at that.
At the Chaos form, ult coming in from the Lunox here. Oh, it's actually going to be able to get the kill from the long range. Beautifully played by this Lunox right there. Turtle has spawned up. Basha in a nice position to sort of scout out the area. Basha, I feel like, is going to be a lot stronger in this meta, right? Because of just how weak and right now. You're seeing all coming in, like the Alucard, the Uranus, all of these sustain heroes are just so strong. And so Bashia is probably one of the only ways to cut down that healing as much as it needs to be.
Yeah, that is indeed true. So at the 5 minute mark, we do see Lunox engaging onto Nerf Colin, nearly getting Nerf Colin taken down. However, Ling does get the kill on 69 Shiny. Bruno has been sent back to the Nexus.
Oh yeah, we got Diddy and 69 the same team. That is crazy. Anyway, looking at that mid-lane tower taking down. Yeah, Black Dragon form has been committed. He's trying to get to his lane to save down that top tower. I don't think he's going to commit for the fight. Just trying to get that tower nice and safe. However, they are going to lose the bottom tower in response. So it is still a trade. Turtle has spawned up here. Yeah, taken down of half health right now. I don't think Econ can sort of contest this as easily as they think they can. Ling's going to try and come in through the walls here, but Lancelot, Larry MB secures the retribution. There's the revitalize coming in from the Hylos. Is going to manage to keep him and his team alive. The knockup comes on to Nerf Rio. Oh, there it is. The Lunox coming in with the damage right now. Lancelot jumping around the whole place. Roger does kill off the kill there right now. Diddy going to take down the Arlot with a shutdown onto General Cho. Double kill for Diddy as this Roger's trying to fight out his life right now. 3v1 essentially. Make that 4. It's not going to be enough.
Total team wipeout, even though the current respawns wouldn't say that. But a 5-for-1 exchange going in favor of Madagascar and obtaining those objectives, extending their lead to 3K currently at this point. Next objective up in 75 seconds. Why Yuzong gets the tier 1 turret in favor of Madagascar.
I think this game's going at a healthy pace right now. Both teams have a decent amount of advantage to work with. Sure, you could say that Econ are sort of quite far behind, but if you look at their team, you know, they have this Kimmy and the Roger for a little bit of scaling, let alone the Ling. You know, this draft that Econ has drafted up is pretty strong going towards the later stages of the game. We are looking at the blue buff raid coming out once again. Pretty catastrophic for the Ling to deal with, especially since he is so buff reliant.
But it's just unfortunate. We do see Ling going for that split push, trying to obtain that tier 1 turret in the top lane. But White Zong does commit the Black Dragon form on the hunt for Ling.
Yeah, I think Ling should be fine here. Again, using that Black Dragon form to just secure that lane, making sure it doesn't fall down. You know, lanes, towers are worth quite a lot, right? It gives gold to your whole team. So you can see that that's why Madagascar are quite ahead in the gold. It's probably mostly from the towers that they have managed to take. Okay, here we go. We are going to see Olaf going in here. It's going to pop the final slash, trying to get 2 down, but has to retreat just for now. Oh, nice dodge coming out from them. Lunox resetting that Olaf. Second skill is not going to be enough to get out. Lancelot coming in with the Thorn Bros. Going to do so much damage here. Nice Tempest of Blades coming out from Gerald Cho doing quite a lot of damage, but Lancelot's doing way more. He's going to get a double kill on Ling before he falls down, but 69 Shiny has one of his own. It is a 4-for-2 trade.
Definitely in favor for Madagascar, so Madagascar should be able, definitely be able to get this last turtle of the match. But my question right now is, wouldn't you have waited those extra few seconds for the turtle to spawn into the Lord and just try and get that extra advantage, seeing that the enemy team is so reliant on the late game?
You could say that that Madagascar have a decent amount of late game, but you know, Bruno is that sort of hero that is that lane dominant hero, right? He has that like crit trinity with the Heart's Claws, Windtalker, Berserker's Fury. I don't know how much he has now. He's just trying to finish up the Windtalker right now. But you know, once he sort of finishes that timing, he doesn't scale incredibly well, so much as Roger. But here we go. We are looking at the fight. Nice ult coming in from the nerf Colin there. But you know how Kimmy has been nerfed a little bit with that ulti. That ulti is a bit too strong to group enemies up together. It's essentially like a ranged Tigreal ult is pretty much what it is. So it's a little bit of a committance. It does have quite a significant cooldown, but I don't think they mind. They're going to play it nice and slow as General Cho takes that top tower, equalizing the gold lane just a little bit.
Yeah, Junior San, thank you for that donation, and calling out Rika's daddy calls. Definitely loving that call out from Rika.
That's. I mean, listen, if you're gonna call yourself Diddy in game, I'm gonna point that out. All right. I think Diddy needs to be added to the English dictionary as a term.
Well, what's the definition of Diddy? What, baby oil?
No, I think. Okay, no, we're not gonna go there. I was gonna say some controversial stuff. All right, we are gonna look at the tech coming in from the YZ here, doing a lot to this Kimmy right now. Is he gonna be able to make it out? Oh, times out from that Ashra something. I don't know what Yuzong's passive is called actually. It's Ashra something. No, that's Martyrs. Anyway, we're looking at the fight coming in. Lunox tanking down this Bashia with that percent damage. Also in the bottom lane, it's going to be that kill onto General Cho. Catastrophic event happening right now for Econ. Too many trades happening that are not going in their favor, as that is going to be a Lord or a Roar for Madagascar.
Rawr. So, just past the 10-minute mark, Madagascar has got that 10 kill advantage and almost a 10k gold lead. It's currently settling at 9k in favor of Madagascar.
Indeed. We're looking at the base defense now, right? If we look at their draft, they have the Kimmy and the Olot. I don't think they have much else to show for when it comes to more defensive players. But we are going to see that it's something, right? It's something. They can use the final slash. I think he has Flicker equipped. Yes, he does have Flicker on the Olot. That spells deadly in the right usage, right? Flickering in and dragging all of the people under your tower, following up with a first skill for the stun. That's when Kimmy can come in with that ult and just blast them.
So Rika's commentary is cracking up the chat. I have to agree with that. And Rika, so if you're going to look up Diddy in the dictionary, right, there's an alternative noun for Diddy, and it's being called slipping and sliding, compliments of being used.
There we go. That's going to be our definition for tonight. Much better than my definition I was about to say and then get cancelled for. Anyway, we're going to look at Lord or the Raw. He's going to charge that tower. There's the carpet laid out by Diddy. Nice. Going to be nice and easy turret. Oh, here it is. Oh, look, there it is. The final slash comes out. It's quite a lot of damage, but more damage is coming in from this Lancelot right now with that Thorn Rose. Oh, there it is. First kill coming down. It's going to be Nerf Colin falling down first. Base is kind of wide open right now. General Cho is trying his best to do as much damage as he can, but 69 Shiny is just pummeling him their team with his balls. What a way to end the game right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you were warned in the first best of 3 series, right? We've got Waylander, Wild and Lively, and Rika with the loose lips. But nonetheless, Madagascar does secure the first blood in this best of 3 series, as Larry and B, well deserving of his Lancelot picking up the MVP, 7-0 and 6. So, Lotus and Way, what did you think about that game? And Rika, the chat is loving you saying. So, rest in peace and let's go. Let's have fun with this one.
Well, the match was actually pretty crazy going through at that pace, and Madagascar does managing to dominate the entire match after that first blood going to the side of Escutin Sonata.
Yo, guys, not everyone at once, but nonetheless, we are going to head into the second match very shortly. Just waiting on General Child to press that ready button, and let's go. Madagascar currently in... Well, with that match being so dominant in favor of Madagascar, look, Esket and Sunana, they had the advantage early game, but Madagascar just took it away from their clutches, taking it very personally that Diddy got taken down in the first 40 seconds and not being able to get his carpet just ready for, well, the mage. But nonetheless, let's go.
However, we did say that Waylander himself is wild and lively tonight, but he is wild and lively, very silently at this point of time.
And if that wasn't just a confirmation that Lotus gets to troll Way back, that would confirm Way's suspicion that Lotus is trying to take his seat at the big screen with the casting.
No, I would not want his seat, but if he told me, I will troll you back.
Way with no response. I've never heard my partner being so quiet.
Then we know something is. As we go into the second drafting phase for this game, Gyro and Escutin Sonata on the left-hand side, and Madagascar on the right-hand side. Nerf Gyro getting the first ban of drafting phase. Who will he go for? Respect bet? Counter bet? Oh, who goes for the phobias? No one wants to deal with the phobias tonight.
Yeah, so Shroomsy, there is no cameras for tonight. I had to set up my stream last minute. So I will have the cameras up once we've concluded the evening. But as you can hear, there's no blushing tonight. It is pretty much a fun troll evening as Madagascar bans out the Lancelot. Nerf Takir with a response, removing Yuzong from the equation. Definitely seeing those respect bans coming in as Madagascar responds with a Ruby. So no, I'm offended for the side of Escutin Sonata.
Both teams are taking out those strong and sustainable XP laners. And that's actually quite interesting to see from them. But know who's strong, take them out if you're not going to play them. Xborg also getting banned from the side of Escutin Sonata.
They call me a hero because I saved my nation from falling apart.
Madagascar Diddy banning out the Yisan Shin. Yes, earlier when Seppi was making the jokes about Diddy, I could barely keep my laugh, and I was so glad that I was muted. Nerf Gyro getting the first pick of the strapping phase. Who will we go for? Well,
My tail's
we
been itching for a
get to
real
see
fight.
his famous Kalia into this equation.
So
Tricky picking up.
before I sing everyone a song, I need to confirm this. Is Ching Chonky's birthday really today? Is it, Jetora? Is it really your birthday? If it's not, I'm not gonna sing. I'll go and what?
You sing. Everybody knows you want to sing. Everybody knows you want. Come and make it like you don't want to sing.
So, seeing that you are back, right, we shall ask Lotus to repeat what she said, seeing that you did not respond to her comments.
I, Minotaur,
Take
will
one.
finish off what was left undone.
Over. Into the drafting. I am loving the Minnow pick, right? Because Minnow into a Lapu is pretty strong.
I agree with you there. Nerthakir, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. And Monarch getting the next picks. Will they go with counter pick or just go with something more focused on their draft phase?
Payback time.
Let my bullets be the nails
If I
in
put
your
Granger
coffin.
into a Kalia, there's a certain degree of set potential there that's going on.
But Larian be on the higher booster, not waiting a second. That Shadow Kill, despite the nerfs, despite the reduced damage, is still quite deadly. And Madagascar banning out the Ling.
Yeah. Ling is a decent ban, but based on the way the game went in the previous matchup, do you think that the Ling should have been banned out?
By heaven's mandate, my legacy
I don't
shall
know.
endure.
You have one bad match and then the next, if you still underestimate, the Ling could teach you a good
Immortal One
lesson.
chose me to
The team
vanquish
and
the
two, you're
shadows
also
that
getting
plague
banned
this
out.
world.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. So in this matchup, right, based on the previous lineup, the way the results went, what are you thinking so far? I know we are not at that moment in time where we can say anything much, right? But what are you thinking so far, Lotus?
Well, there's a lot of sustain coming out from the side of Madagascar, but there's a lot of potential also from the side of Escaton Sonata. If anything else will make any conclusive deductions,
Welcome to my hunting ground.
in my opinion.
Yeah. See, it's a little be a little bit biased, right? And Oscar is gonna call me out for my bias in the live stream. I'm sure. And when I'm saying I'm sure, right, I know this with 100% certainty. I love a Minnow pick into any lineup. However, Roger here, as things stand, Roger on the gold lane to deal with the Granger. What are your thoughts here, Lotus?
To be honest, I just know that Roger and Sunshine are quite strong on the gold line now, but I have rarely ever dealt with that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Roger into a Granger, he does have that poke damage. Roger is one of the strongest gold laners. However, we don't see Roger on the gold lane much. The final picks coming in from Econ going the way of the Hilda and General Cho going for the Alpha pick. So he wants to shred a little bit of the front line. Final pick coming through as an Aurora. So that causes a little bit of chaos here for General Cho on the Alpha. I'm not saying that's a bad pick overall, but Aurora, can we say a counter pick going through?
Only love and
Oh,
night
but he goes for
are
the Sicilian and
everlasting.
not the Aurora. Sicilian is actually still a pretty good mage and can work well with the rest of Madagascar's draft. So, what do you think?
I would say based on what I've seen from Econ so far, it's General Cho is a bit of a danger player. So countering him would be an option, but Madagascar deciding to go for that's Sicilian. Sicilian has been the standard, especially in the Madagascar. I'm saying meta because of the name of the team, but Madagascan region. However, we are heading into the matchup, and I would really love to hear from Skarpskenkel and Seppi as to what they think, how they think the draft is going to go, who's going to be winning this, who's going to continue, will this be a clean sweep or not? Let's hand over to them so that they can lead us into the blow by blow.
To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down. We will not say that. But Wei, you are 100% correct. I am going to call you out. And this is the perfect opportunity because this is the moment where you're going to shut up and I get to troll you on your Minotaur pick. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are into this match. Will it go clean sweep fashion to Madagascar or will Escaton Sonara get the return dubs here?
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battle.
If you're asking me, I've got good faith for Econ.
All troops deployed.
I think their draft is pretty solid here. I'm not liking their team fight. That's one thing I'm not liking about Escaton Sonata's draft. But if they play it properly, pick-off drafts work exceptionally well if you play them in the right way. You have to be very specific about your positioning, the way you approach team fights, etc. As we are already looking at 69 Shiny doing an incredible amount of damage to that Granger, having to pop that regen nice and early. You can see the dominance that Roger can perform in that gold lane.
Yeah, so Max Johnson, that does answer your question. Roger is picked up into the gold lane since he has been buffed. But just before the 1 minute mark, we don't see an early game first blood like we saw in the previous matchup.
Yeah, no Diddy jokes this time, guys. Sorry. Anyway, talking about Diddy, I'm a big fan of the Minotaur myself. I think he's very, very strong for one specific reason, which is the changes to regen, right? He is one of those regen heroes, and the anti-heal nerf is going to affect this guy quite a lot. I just played him against the Minotaur today, and I was so frustrated about how much he was healing the teams. Even though we had all the anti-heal in the world, it was just not enough. Also, Minotaur, one of the best flask buyers in the game, right? It not only gives you your team sustain, but it also reduces your cooldown. And less cooldown, more stuns.
Yeah, that is true. So, I lost my train of thoughts there. But Rika, I thought you were going to back me up and then you favor the Minotaur. But I mean, since we're talking about the Minotaur, right? With the 2 patches ago, they did take away that clunkiness that he did have. First blood going to Hayabusa. On Hayabusa.
Yeah, I don't know what Larry was exactly doing there. Hayabusa is not really a hero that gets picked in the jungle here. Although what he is very, very weak to is this early game invade, right? Hayabusa cannot defend his objectives, is what is happening right now. Although we do have that XP laner ready to sort of, come into position.
Yeah,
Sorry, my cat is attacking something. I need to make sure it's not a snake.
As we do see, Nerf Colin does do a lot of damage onto Diddy. But currently, Madagascar going on to the hunt for General Chow. As General Chow uses the Spear of Alpha defensively, but we do see Lapu onto General Chow and forces him under the turret. But Nerf Colin has got something to say. Cecilia gets a kill onto the Hilda, but there's a 1-for-1 exchange as Lapu was eliminated by Faza. So Jadora, I'll sing now. It's just let's just get the match done as we do see Kedlia onto Hayabusa. General Chow picking up another kill onto Hayabusa. General Chow doing a lot of damage with this alpha early on, but nonetheless, let's go.
Apologies.
No stress.
Apologies, that was not a snake. It was a bottle cap. It sounded like a rattlesnake or something. I was like, wait, we don't have rattlesnake in this country. But my cat wasn't attacking a bottle cap on the floor.
Poor kitty. What did the what did the cap do to the kitty?
I have no idea. Anyway, we're looking at the game right now. We're looking at quite a sizable lead going towards the side of Econ. Quite a difference from the last game. So far, going quite well. We're gonna have to see later in the team fights, though. As I said, that's just such a big worry, right? I know a lot of South African players, they just love to brawl. They just love to just throw hands. There's no such thing as a turtle dance. It's a turtle fight. Oh, we're looking at the Minnow and Fury coming into the mid lane. Flicker committed by the Faster. We followed up with a feathered airstrike, doing quite a lot of damage to Diddy right there. They're gonna manage to knock him out, but the Sanguine Claws doing tons of damage to the two members of Econ right now. That's gonna blow up. Larry and B gets caught by the Tsunami Slam. Larry and B getting shut down from this first game right now, not being able to play at all.
Yeah, that is so correct. I mean, Nerf Gyro hard focusing onto Hayabusa. Larry and B not having a splendid time. That's the third Tsunami Slam. Well, second Tsunami Slam onto Larry and B that caused his death. So let's see how this one does play out. Just before the 5-minute mark, Eskerton Tsunada has got the 2K gold lead.
That is pretty bad for just under 5 minutes there. I will say. I think there's a little bit of a lane swap going on right now. Eskerton and Sonata have swapped out lanes. As you can see so far, the Granger is like harassing out this Lapu Lapu right now. I think Granger's definitely going to be the biggest threat going forward into this game for Madagascar to deal with. Although they do have the tools to deal with him, though. They've got the Larry MB on the Hayabusa. You know, if we can go into a late game situation, Hayabusa one of the best ways to take down a long range marksman like Granger.
Yeah, especially with that second skill and then the shadow kill. I mean, that's instant delete. As we do see, the Sanguine Claws does land onto General Chow, but he's not bothered so much by the Sanguine Claws.
We are looking at just basically a level 1.5 levels when it comes to the jungle gap here. So nothing too hectic. I've seen worse for sure. We're going to look at the power of the wilderness, maybe committed by this Hilda. Yeah, there it is. Finishes off Diddy. And now that should be a nice and easy turtle going forward. Now the turtle's still spawning in about 30 seconds, but that is going to lead to a bit of map control and asserting that dominance, you know. We are looking at quite a outside of the Granger, right? This is a very early game draft. We've got the Alpha running it down in these jungles. We've got the Hilda running around everywhere, being a menace, especially to Larry MB over there. You know, he cannot do anything about it. You can harass her a little bit, but she's just going to stand in the bush and heal all the way back up.
Yeah, but I need to give credit to Nerf Colin, right? The positioning on this Faza is so beautiful. You know, with that feathered airstrike landing onto Diddy each and every time, just getting him down and getting him out of the equation, not allowing the Minotaur to heal Madagascar in the team fight.
I know you want to say the Diddy. I know you want to say that. Oh, we are going to look at the Spear of Alpha just diddying up that boy right there. Oh, look at the team fight coming out from the side of Madagascar. A lot. They only managed to take down one, though, as this is 1-for-2 trade just at this current moment. Larry MB trying to get away, but Hilda, she wants blood. She's going to go straight underneath the tower. She maybe even going to get two. Not going to be that far, but that was definitely a favorable trade going into Econ once again.
Diddy getting diddied up. So, at the 7-minute mark, it's 7 kills to the advantage for Eskerton Tsunada. First tier 1 turret, and make that 2 tier 1 turrets in favor of Eskerton Tsunada, especially this mid lane tier 1 turret taken down so early. That does open the map for Eskerton Tsunada. With that being said, Spear of Alpha comes in from Alpha onto Minotaur as a feather airstrike is committed as well, and Lapu Lapu does take down Faza, but Alpha does respond by taking down the Lapu Lapu. 2-for-1 exchange.
That's worth. That's it doesn't matter if it's 2-for-1. I think I think getting a shutdown kill, because Faster is on 3 kills right now, going in for that first death, that's worth quite a lot of money. Sure, it takes you down 2, but the respawns have occurred. So now they're locked and loaded, ready to go for that turtle here. Let's see if they can sort of round each other themselves up, sort of group together at this point. That's sort of what their team draft sort of indicates, right? They've got the Minotaur, the Lapu. They want to be all the way huddled up so that they can get these objectives. We saw a little bit of that magic actually happening in that last fight. Okay, did he face checking a little bit here, but it's just a Hilda. You don't want to mess with that.
No, especially not so early on. I mean, Hilda does do a lot of damage, and she can sustain it as well. Just as we mentioned that, we do see them engaging onto the Hilda, but just poking out. Nerf Gyro just waiting for Hayabusa to show himself.
Okay, this is what I like to see. I like to see all this grouping, right? They should have nothing to be scared about. There's nothing too hectic when it comes to the team fight coming in from Econ. Maybe, you know, but exception is like a 5-man Spear of Alpha. That could be pretty catastrophic, but, you know, that's about it. Looking at the Madagascar being quite, you know, a little bit reserved when it comes to this fight. They really don't want to keep running into this Hilda, though. She's doing an amazing job of just zoning them away. Now, this is what I call a Lord dance.
No, we should change it to what you say, the roar dance.
Oh, the roar dance. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, once again, the Hilda just revealing 4 people in a bush consistently is crazy right now. They're just like having all of their positions scouted out. They at least have that Little Wonder for a little bit of extra vision, although it just timed out right now. Lord is about half health right now. I think Hilda holding into the front line, but nice angling claws coming up from this Sicilian. Who's gonna get the retribution this time? The team fight, it's coming out right now. Lord basically with a 10-man slam onto the floor, as now there it is, the Madagascar team fight. It's coming out. That's gonna be another kill coming in for Shiro.
That's a 3-for-0 exchange in favor of Madagascar. However, the Lord did go in favor of Eskerton Tsunoda. Clutch retry steal coming in from General Chow.
I mean, I said it, Scarpy. You know, group up, use those team fight spells, and the enemies will disappear.
Shred it. So, past the 10-minute mark, we do see that gold lead getting shredded down to 1.2. I make that 1k gold lead in favor of Eskerton Tsunoda. Definitely winning that team fight at the Lord, but just losing on the objective. But the objective didn't do much damage for Eskerton Tsunoda.
Yeah, I think the objective was definitely not in their minds there, especially with such a big jungle gap. No offense to anyone here, but there is a major jungle gap right now. We're looking at level 13 compared to a level 11 Hayabusa. So, you know, the Lord is a little bit unreasonable to sort of consider at this at that stage. But that's what they wanted, right? They wanted to get the grouping up, get those team fight spells in, and equalize the game. Right now, we're looking at exactly the same amount of gold. Well, not exactly, but you know, it's 30k to 30k. So this is the start of the comeback.
Is this the point where Madagascar does turn the tides? Did they realize with that last team fight that this could be the opportunity for them? They just need to move this in. Hashtag deleted. But nonetheless, let's go. The next setup is going to be, see the wraparound onto Hilda. Hilda taking a lot of damage. Will Roger finish it up? No, Sicilian gets the unstoppable kill on Nerf. Tarkir.
They had enough of her shenanigans, man. No more. Where's the Hilda? Let's see if she wants to face check again. We managed to get the money from the last team fight. You can't do that anymore, says Madagascar. So now they are actually the ones pushing down towers this time. They are going to catch General Chow here, but he's sort of in the same boat as he needs at least like a +2 or a +3 to take down.
Yeah, and in the same time, we did see Granger and Kalia chasing down the tier 2 turret in the bot lane. So, map fairly even to both sides. And the gold ever so slightly in favor of Madagascar by 1k.
I'd like to say Nerf Monarch has had a good game so far, but he is 0-0-0. So he is neither good or bad right now when it comes to the sort of economy in this game. Let's hope he gets an assist soon. I mean, he's got a Sky Piercer locked in, so hopefully he'll make use of it.
Yeah, but a Sky Piercer with no stacks heading into the late game, is that really an item that you want?
Mm-hmm. Especially since Granger, you know, he does get those stacks on his passive when he kills the minions, but you know, it's way more efficient to kill heroes, right? It gives so much more, and so that's a telltale for us that he probably doesn't have that many stacks on right now. I think there's a way to look at them. Oh yeah, I'll tell you right now, guys, how many stacks he's got. He's got 246. If that means anything to you, as the team fight does start out here, we're going to look at the Sanguine Claws onto 2. There's a Tsunami Slam coming down straight away, but they are going to manage to take down the Kalia. Did he fall first? The Lord is falling down quite low, but Larian B has it all to himself, as this is going to be another team fight going to away the Madagascar. That's going to be another one. Double kill for this Lapu. It's just Hilda alive.
It's a 4-for-1 exchange, definitely going in favor of Madagascar. So Madagascar would definitely utilize on this advantage that they've capitalized on this team fight. Great to push down another tier 2 turret. Hilda, you shouldn't engage onto this.
Wait, this is catastrophic. I mean, they can go for like 2 inhibitor turrets at this point. We are going to look at another kill probably coming out. Hilda gets taken down pretty easily. They should have the defense though, since they are respawning. But that is going to be so much advantage generated for the side of Madagascar. They're even going to go in for more. No, not really. I'm sure they can't go anymore. But the Lord is coming down onto the top lane here, so they can keep pressing the advantage here if they need to. Especially since the Minoan theory is up. It doesn't matter if he has flicker. Oh wait, no, this is the old map in tournament mode. They don't. He can't jump into the raw. I forgot. I thought I was gonna say like this would be a good time to do it.
So we do see the roar coming in onto the base here. Well, we see this focus onto the Nexus. Will Madagascar close the deal here and seize it in a clean sweep fashion?
Nice set coming out from Diddy there, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade only out of that. Lord has fallen down quite low. It has been taken out. Madagascar, they're kind of throwing a little bit. It's a little bit scary here. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. Let's not take any more casualty. Oh my god! Is that going to be a 3-for-2 actually? As the base is actually open right now. They could go for the angle to end. There's going to be a killing spree for the Lapu Lapu here. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be a clean sweep going in for Madagascar against Econ Esachan Sonata.
Yo, what a turn of tides for Madagascar. Escaton Sonata dominating the first half of the match. But, I mean, just look at this. General Chow picking up the MVP for the side of Escaton Sonata. But Shiro with his Sicilian, definitely the MVP and the star of the match with 10-0 and 5 for the side of Madagascar. So this does conclude the second round in the best of 3 series. We will be heading in to the third and final match of Day 5 Group C stages.
Yeah, so far it's a bit of a rough performance there for Econ. However, Madagascar is not the easiest of teams to face up against.
That is true. And yes.
No, go for it, Lotus. You were busy speaking.
Escaton Sonata had the early game advantage, and they were beating Madagascar. I thought that we were going to go into the third round, but Madagascar just managed to turn that entire game around once they started working like a team again, going in with the comms full 100%, and just doing what Madagascar usually does.
Yeah, so ladies.
I just have to add to that point where these pick-off drafts that Escaton Sonata that drafted, they are incredibly difficult to play. The only time I've seen them actually work is in NACT, in the World Championships. My team and I, we sometimes draft a pick-off draft. It's all about the early game. It's about playing the side lanes, playing the what's the opposite of a micro game? The macro game. That's the one. So you have to put it picture perfect. And it only works in the late game if you have it that way. It doesn't work against these huge team fight lineups that we saw Madagascar draft. So, guys, if you want to, sort of have a bit of an easier way into the game, you don't want to overthink things, then just draft stuns. That is my advice.
Good advice. That will be noted.
Can't disagree with you, right? Sometimes, as we say, Occam's razor, simple is best.
That is true. I grew up with that saying every single time for every single problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the best of 3 series for the evening will be Scarlet Mayhem up against Escaton Sonata. So, whilst we get the teams into the lobby, I'm just going to pop on the intro, and you can enjoy that intro song for another 2.5 minutes. It is all about retributions, and we will be back with you shortly.
want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Feed like a disease, bring them to their knees. They'll pay for their disease. Rage is like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we want retribution. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is going to be the third best of three series and final best of three series for the evening. Up next, we've got Scarlet Mayhem up against Eskerton Sonora. Scarlet Mayhem and their best of three series picking up the first dubs onto the province, and Eskerton Sonora just coming off a very hard loss against Madagascar. So both teams have something to prove in the final match of the evening.
Yeah, it comes down to performances, what you've achieved, how it goes. Madagascar is a very, very, very strong team. We all know this. So let's get into the drafting phase and let's see what everybody throws out at this moment in time.
Yeah, so I'm very curious. We do know that both teams does know one another and have faced off against each other. So let's see if those respect bands are going to come in. Nerf Tarkir with the first band, and as I hand you over to Wayland and Lotus, who will be taking us through the drafting phase.
Yeah. I would expect a lot of respect bands coming through for General Cho. In my opinion, General Cho, this is just my opinion. Anybody can agree or disagree. I don't care. I think General Cho is one of the best, or maybe the best jungler in the server. Let's see how things are going to turn out between him and Scarlet Mayhem.
Well, your opinion is quite valid. I have barely seen strong junglers in the Southern African server. But please me banning out the what's the name? Phobias. And Xborg banned by Nerf.
So what do you make about strategy-wise, since you've been listening to your advice, in terms of the initial part of the banning phase?
You put me on the spot there.
I see lots of praise.
Your team is banning.
That's kinda his thing. You should be used to it by now. Lotus under the bus.
Don, we were banning out the Roger. Roger, quite strong, and we did see him quite a few times by, I think it was Madagascar, using him in the gold lane. So valid putting him there. And then Bedung, once again banned by Eskerton Sonata.
Yeah, so what do you think about the Roger gold lane? Me personally, I prefer the Roger in the jungle, but a gold lane is not a bad option.
To be honest, the Roger in the gold lane throws a lot of people off guard. So he also has that element of surprise because you don't always know how to deal with him. So I think the Roger in the gold lane is kind of broken. Depends on who plays him and who plays against him.
Yeah. Flex picks are always flex picks. However, let's continue. So we have the Zetian, the Bedang, the Roger, Phobius as the ban, as well as Xborg. Xborg has been a little bit horrific so far. And finally, we get to see the Lancelot ban as the third and final ban in this initial banning phase.
Lancelot also has been so strong. So I would also personally ban him. But nerf Gyro once again on that Kalea. What do you think about that?
Kalia, when she's available, I wouldn't say must pick, but she does have what you would require from a Roma. She's got that mobility, CC, and a bit of sustain. I mean, really, if you're looking at a Roma, what more do you want?
Touche. And take me picking up the Lilia. Ever since you made that first introduction about saying that is true, I have been so careful with my words to not use other words.
No, I just tease. You can say that is true. However many times you want to. As long as you blush on stream for the rest of us, we are all good.
Okay. Wow. Donryu picking up the highlights.
Yeah,
So Donryu,
the chat's shouting out, Lotus, where is your special shout out to Don Ryo?
Oh, special? What's going on here? What is going on here, Scarf? Tell me what is. I can hear a lot of things. I could see blushing, but I can't see it. Right, but let's hear what is going on. I don't know. It's a Hayabusa or 1-1 coming through here with the clear. As well as a Hylos. Hylos does give 1-1 the potential to set that full crossbow tang going.
Oh, and one, no matter how many times she's nerfed, if she is played well, no one wants to play against her.
But would you take the 1-1 with the Inspire? That's the big question.
What better spell is there for her?
I think it depends on the lineup. For instance, if there's a lot of CC, sometimes you want to have the Purify.
Your team is
Oh.
banning.
I will disagree with you there, Mr. Wei. I think you can. I think it's one spell for one, and that is the Inspire. If there is a key CC, then you just purify it with that second skill.
Yeah, that is Seppi with his do or die everything, as we have seen him on the Joy. Because
Yeah,
Seppi versus 1v everybody, and I'm not saying he has not the skill to do it. We've seen him kill everybody before.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know, Joy has a Purify on her ultimate as well. You need to stack it up 3 times, and then that's how you play against Saber. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
At night.
Your
So
team is banning.
basically, the sum of the story is against Seppi, ban the Joy. I'm saying this to everybody watching, ban the Joy. Any complaints there?
Yes, there's one complaint. That's from me. Yeah, don't do that.
Is banning.
But your complaint doesn't count in this matter.
So as we do see, right, it's a Budak and a
Payback.
being banned out. As long as well as I'm saying as well as a Sicilian and Fossa coming through. Final ban for the side of Econ. What do you think Lotus is going to be the ban?
Your team is
You
picking.
should.
Well, Eschaton Sonata did work a bit quicker than I could speak and banned out the Fredrin, but touch me, flash on this Aulus. I don't think I've ever seen the Aulus in the 5-man scene.
Yeah, maybe just flashing it on screen, right? Almost takes a little bit of time to get, shall we say.
That is true, but there's no shame in hoping to see one of your favorite heroes getting picked.
Oh, is that one of your favorite heroes? I thought he didn't look anything like Hayabusa.
Let them play the hero.
Your team is
Be the
I like
this world
skill,
desperately
but
needs.
Hiroshi picking up the Yuzo.
Yuzong is just, in my opinion, broken. I mean, in his black dragon form, he's got the ability to dive the back line. And with that sustain, with the buffs that's been given to him, a little bit difficult to deal with. So if you're at the side of Eschaton, what are you going to go to try to counter that Yuzong in the XP lane?
But Nerthakir is flashing that Marsha. What do you think about Marsha at this point in time?
Martha in a 1v1 situation.
Everyone
Difficult
has
to
a
deal with, right?
Your team
However,
is picking.
in terms of team fight potential as an overall, I would personally prefer a Yuzong into the mix versus a Marsha.
I see, but how good do you think is the Marsha versus the Yuzhong?
Like I said, in a 1v1 straight out situation, Marsha wins against most heroes. Not all, but most. So it's about execution, as it always is. So you can pick whatever draft you want to pick. You can have the composition that you want to have. It's about how do you execute this. So and I'm gonna ask this to you, Lotus, can Eschaton Sonata come back from the losses they had against Madagascar to come back stronger? Or do you think that Scarlet Mayhem is going to wrap things up?
I think that Scarlet Mayhem might be able to win this match. especially because they have the CC, they have the team fights. Same as Iskut and Sonata, but it feels like Scarlet Mayhem just has a little bit more.
All right. I want to disagree with you because it's nice to have a little bit of disagreement. I think Esketan, based on their draft, can do what they need to do, but let the viewers decide in the live chat as we hand back over to Scarpstinkel and Seppi as they take us through the blow by blow.
When I heard Waylander taking that breather, I thought we were going to make out for an epic introduction for me and Tsepi. But Way, thank you for introducing us into this next match.
I got you.
But now,
I got you.
my question now is how much fun on a scale of 1 to 10 is Rico going to have with the names of Scarlet Mayhem's players? Let's go. First match in this best of 3 series. Esketan Sonata up against Scarlet Mayhem.
Okay, guys, just let me know how much you want me to go into it. I can go pretty deep, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go too hectic, because I don't want to get fired from the Waylander team. But I'm liking the drafts here quite a lot. I think Econ Sonata, Esketan Sonata, have the slightly better team when it comes to just team fight. You know, they've got their pick up potential with the Kalia. To sort of equalize things, make sure that the team fights don't get too chaotic, right? Valia is one of those heroes that can as we can see that already on Ryu, man. Like, I do not want to be a high loss into a Valia. That ticking damage is just so annoying.
Yeah, that is true, especially with Nerf Gyro. In that previous match, we did see that focus from Kalia onto the jungler. However, I don't think it's going to be so devastating on to touch me with the Hanzo. But let's see how this one does play out.
Talk about the Hanzo. I'm surprised he didn't go for the new collector skin. I'm the proud owner of that, although I think there is a reason, if I'm being honest. The line, the tether between you and your ghost is pretty damn, like, it's pretty obvious. Like, you can tell immediately when where his starting point is. But still, very cool skin. Happy to be the owner of it.
Yeah, so 10 seconds away from the first settle of this match. No first blood has been drawn just yet.
Oh yeah, I like a nice slow game. You know, teams sort of feeling each other out, sort of deciding which direction to take the game. Should we go aggressive? A little passive, but then it usually defaults to both teams just being a bit passive, right? Oh, we're looking at a bit of a gang coming on to the bottom here. Black Dragon Form has been committed here. 3 members of Econ are at the bottom, right? Trying to get him down, but you can't catch a dragon mid-flight.
Oh, so Junior San is asking, how many diamonds did you use on that collector skin? So first settle of this match has been started up.
To answer your question, it was about 2,000 or like almost 3,000. Oh no, wait, no, definitely not 2,000. It was like 3,000. And we are going to see the turtle going into touch knee as he's going to touch the rest of the members of Econ right now. Oh, nice dodge coming in for the Hayabusa from that chomp, but the quad shadow has been committed already. That's going to be a pretty easy kill for Scarlet Mayhem to actually have a pretty decent lead starting off.
That is correct. As the caster's curse did pop off onto Hayabusa, as Hayabusa was the first kill. Oh, but the Kalia with the second skill onto Don Ryu, just knocking him up. But take me with the Lilia, not afraid of Kalia.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact number. It was like 3,000 or 4,000. It was like in between there. I just had to use the rest of my stuff up. Anyway, this is definitely so far quite still a passive game here. Can go either way, but I'm really liking the aggression that can happen here. I feel like Hanzo, once he starts to get ahead, he's going to start eating all of Hayabusa's buff, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, no, especially Hanzo being that fast jungle clear. I mean, just with that skill of his, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons that you would want to pick him up, is especially with that early jungle invade. We don't see Touch Me just utilizing on that just yet, but we will see that potentially into the mid to late game.
You know, one thing I'm a bit disappointed about is that all of the members of Scarlet Mayhem don't have matching names. You know, that's what I want to see, is a squad coming together. But, you know, Hirohi and Don Ryu, what's happening, guys? What's happening? Come on, you guys gotta commit here.
I call out for Scarlet Mayhem by Rika. But nonetheless, the next second turtle of this match will spawn up in the next 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt there, but Nerf Gyro committing the Tsunami Slam on a flying dragon. Now that is one way to waste your ability.
Yeah, especially with this next objective up, you want that Tsunami Slam to displace the jungler, as we do mention that Kalia is focused on by Don Ryu and Take Me.
As we are now looking at the turtle taken down by Don Ryu, as you just said right there. Touch Me in position to do it. Look at the jungle gap here. It's about 2 levels, level 8 to level 6. So even if Hayabusa shows up there, it's not really any guarantee that he's going to be able to do it. As you can see, just Hanzo, you really need to just make sure that he doesn't do what he wants to, because otherwise he's going to go ahead and chomp down on that red buff. He wants to. It's calling to him.
Elithal coming for the rotation into the mid lane. There we go. Red buff stolen by the Hanzo.
See, that's what I call tax. You know, he's taxing that Hayabusa every time that he goes for that. Call him the tax man. Anyway, we're going to see a nice team fight brewing out here now. A nice carpet laid out by this Hylos. They're going to go straight in. Nice knockup coming in from the YZ. Tsunami Slam as well, but it's not going to be enough to deal with that amount of team fight. I mean, I might be mistaken. Scarlet Mayhem might have the more team fight when it comes to this draft here, when we're looking at such a huge knockup in that situation. There's the Shadow Kill coming in from General Troy. Is he going to be able to make it out? No, he's not. Take Me takes him.
What damage was that coming in from the Lilia? So just waiting patiently for that shadow kill to finish with the procs, and just using that bomb squad from Lilia to take down Hayabusa. So past the 6-minute mark, it's 5-0 in favor of Scarlet Mayhem, and almost having a 4k gold lead. That's 3.2. What am I talking about? That is 3.8k gold lead in favor of Scarlet Mayhem.
Now that I think about it, Hayabusa has not had a good showing tonight, specifically here. It's been a bit of a bait pick here. The nerf's kind of showing, right? You know, Hayabusa was really dominant early on, but we are going to look at the Tsunami Slam finally coming down onto the dragon while he's not in the air, and the 4-man gang does the trick.
Yeah, so Scarlet Mayhem going for that rotation, potentially to go and take down 1-1. If they do get the wraparound play here, we do see Don Ryu pulling the minions. We do see Take Me, and the Glorious Pathway has been committed, and Please Me does take down 1-1.
Yep. I don't know if you realized already, but that's what I like to call the Glorious Pathway. It's the carpet. That's the way I like to...
The red carpet.
Yeah, the red carpet or the blue carpet, depending on which team you're on. The visual effect is a little bit different. Anyway, we are going to see... oh, there it is. That's a juicy blue buff. Come on, Hanzo, do it. Tax him up. Okay, no, that sounds a bit a little bit biased. Okay, listen, we want both teams to win. We don't want anyone to lose. That's the motto here.
So third and final turtle does go in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Scarlet Mayhem currently putting on a very strong performance, as we do see Hanzo goes for the taxing moment that Rico was asking for.
Oh yeah, there it is. And they're going to even leave the small little dinosaur there. That's what I like to see. Once again, we're going to eat up that Ricky over there. Oh, we're looking at initiation coming in from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Black Dragon form has come out again with the Tsunami Slam on the flying target. Have you not learned already that that's not how that works? As Hanzo comes in with that Pinnacle Ninja running down that 1-1. Has to pop the Inspire as well. What a good trade for the side of Scarlet Mayhem.
Yeah, 1-0 exchange in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. 8.5 minute mark. Here we go. Map control in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Kills advantage and a whopping 5.3k gold lead in favor of Scarlet Mayhem.
Yeah. Mr. Nerf Gyro, you really need to stop ulting that dragon in the air. It's not working right now. But the flaming aside, we are going to look at the 4-man gang coming into the bottom here. General Choi is going to make it out. Whew, that would have not been good if he got caught.
No, that wouldn't have been. So, 45 seconds up until the first Lord of the match. This is, in my opinion, this is going to set the tone of the evening in this best of 3 series between Scarlet Mayhem up against Eskerton Sonata.
Yeah, I can agree with that. The way the first Lord is definitely the game changer when it comes to it here. The Lord it just makes the map a little bit different. It changes the playing ground. If you get a clutch steal on General Cho here, it can change the game completely. As you're going to see a bit of a 1v1, maybe starting to brew out here. Level 13 level 13 Hanzo versus the level 10 Hayabusa here. If he lands that second skill, could be a nice and easy kill. Just needs to put down the chomp. Oh, there it is. Nice and clean kill coming in. He got touched.
And in the same instance, Hylos got eliminated on the side of Marsha. Once more, Marsha raking up the kills for Eskerton Sonata. 2 kills.
Yeah, Marsha, very, very interesting hero. Sometimes you play her, you feel like you're not. At times, she just one-shots everything. Even the Hylos, that counts as well. You just completely remove people from the game with the amount of damage she can do. As we're looking at a little bit of a Lord fight starting up. We got Touch Me is in a bit of an interesting position though. I feel like they could just commit, no?
No, this seems like they're going for the positioning here. Not at the Lord, but going for the upper half of the jungle of Eskerton Sonata.
Interesting play here. I mean, I feel like they could just go Lord here without any contest. As I said, the only major team fight that comes from Eskerton Sonata is going to be that Valier, as well as the Tsunami Slam coming in from the Kalia. But outside of that, they all just have the same draft as what they had against Madagascar, right? It's a bit of that pick-off sort of action. So they need to be very careful about approaching any Lord fights in the rest of this game.
Yeah, as we do see, Hayabusa does go for that split push in the top lane, but the first Lord of the match does go in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Let me just quickly get the item builds up here. Layla, Hanzo, and Erithal with a hefty gold bounty on their heads.
I thought you said Layla. I was like, whoa, Layla, where? But you said... Yeah, I can see that it's a Lilia this time, and yeah, indeed, their bounties are massive right now. They have not died a single time. In fact, the only people that have died is the Yu Zhong and the Hylos only once. That is those 2 kills. So that's a good thing for the side of Scarlet Mayhem, but it's also a bad thing, right? Because if any of them get shut down, that's a huge gold swing that can occur. We saw it happen in that last game with Eskerton Sonata versus Madagascar, where they had the advantage early, but as soon as they get the shutdown kills, it starts getting real rough.
Yeah, so Hayabusa left alone to take down the Lord in the top lane, not allowing the Lord to get onto their half of the map. However, Scarlet Mayhem did take down 2 tier 2 turrets in favor of them. So just extending that map advantage and map control that they had. So the jungle is pretty much in full open for Scarlet Mayhem.
Yeah, this is when it starts to get really, really rough for the receiving end of this sort of strategy, where you just lock the enemies in their base and you just cage them up, and then you get access to the entire jungle. This is where you see the major net worth swings, right? Where you're just gonna see Scarlet Mayhem's gold go up.
Yeah, true. I would definitely like to see Scarlet Mayhem just freezing up the lanes, not allowing the minions to go into the base for Eskerton Sonata to get that farm up and close that gap that they want. Because, I mean, the gap at this hole, we do see the shadow kill coming in from Hayabusa, but Take Me uses the black shoes on the Lilia. But that gold lead, 10k in favor of Scarlet Mayhem.
Yeah, you can't be ulting a Lilia, unfortunately. You need to get like an Erithal or maybe even the Hanzo without his ghost form. But going on a Lilia with the Shadow Kill, I feel like Shadow Kill is a bit more of a committance, right? You can see that Lilia has the black shoes up already, so it's really not that big of a deal.
As we do see that jungle invade on the red buff was successful once more for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. We do see the engagement onto Kalia, just poking Kalia, just not allowing her to get that vision that Eskerton Sonata would have liked to have. But both junglers going for opposite lane rotations.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm liking what Scarlet Mayhem's doing now. They're sort of freezing up lanes just a tiny bit. as you said, that's the best way to cut off your the enemy team's farm, right? It's just by freezing it, letting the minions die so that they don't get the gold and experience, and it forces them to come out their base and take a bad fight. Talking about bad fights, this looks not approachable at all for Esketin Sonata for this Lord. They're going to go for what I said you should do. Yeah, this is the correct play. You go out and you push the side lanes.
As we do see, Esketin Sonata does take a tier 2 turret in favor of them. The roar has been deployed and will be flying down the mid lane.
All right. I think this is a good angle for an end. It's not going to be easy if you're Scarlet Mayhem. If they can successfully defend the space, it could mean the end for them. Oh, we are going to see the bottom right now. We're going to see Touch Me. Oh, he gets off the Ninja and General Chao left in a bit of a difficult situation with a 1v1, especially without that. But we're looking at the base right now. We are going to see the Black Dragon form with the red carpet coming out. Tsunami Slap on the Earth. That's what to do. Finally, using that spell quite well. I think they're going to be able to defend this as well. Oh, but now look at that set coming in. The YZ, it's a double kill. That's going to be a 3-for-1 trade only. The base is going to be wide open at this point. Touch Me is going to be able to focus up the base if he gets right inside of it. And now it's just up to General Cho and Nerf Colin, but it's not going to happen.
First blood being drawn by Scarlet Mayhem in this best of 3 series. What a dominant performance coming in from Scarlet Mayhem, not allowing Esketin Sonata to come online. So with that being said, Take Me with the Lilia takes the MVP once more.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely crazy damage output coming out from her. If we look at the numbers right there, it's going to be 38% of the damage dealt by that Lilia. That is quite ridiculous, I might say, especially against such a hyper-mobile team as Econ there. You usually pick Lilia into these static, slow-moving targets because it's easier to use your spells on, but no. She managed to hit all her spells and deal and pump all that damage in.
Yeah, as you mentioned that, I mean, the first blood was from the Lilia, so yeah, GG's. But we are going to jump into the second match. We're just waiting for both teams to ready up. Will Scarlet Mayhem take this in a clean sweep fashion, or will Esketin Sonata be able to get the return and take us into a sudden death round? That would be Scarlet Mayhem's second sudden death round if Esketin Sonata can get the return W here. But without further ado, let me hand you over back to Lotus and Mr. Way himself.
Well, that was beautiful from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Just being able to get that differences between the jungles gaps and to just dominate the game, get the map control objectively. And if we saw the kill count, none of the team's members went for kills. They mostly focus on the objectives, and that is what we like seeing from the teams, that disciplined plays. But into the drafting phase we go. Esketin Sonata on the left side and Scarlet Mayhem on the right. Once again, Phobius is getting banned. This guy just doesn't get to see the light of day. But Lesnar also getting banned. Every team now knows he is such a strong hero. We cannot let him come into the equation. General Ben getting the second. General Cho getting the second ban for the side of Esketin Sonata, banning out the Hanzo. Hanzo was on his case that entire match. If I were him, I would also definitely ban the Hanzo. Donryu banning out the Roger. The plays coming out from Donryu were actually pretty amazing. Good sets, good vision that he gave for his team, and Yuzhong also getting banned from the side of Esketin Sonata.
Yeah, so we do see the respect bans coming in from the side of Esketin Sonata, especially focusing on the Hanzo and Yuzhong. I mean, that Black Dragon form from the Yuzhong was so deadly onto Esketin Sonata, as we do see Scarlet Mayhem banning out the new hero, Zetian.
CC coming out from the Zetian, and if Esketin Sonata can actually use that here, Scarlet Mayhem would be in some danger. But Nerf Fakir picking up the Vidal.
Yeah, so will we be seeing that combination with the chip for the side of Esketin Sonata, or will Scarlet Mayhem potentially pick up the chip?
There's no way. There's no way. Chip has nerfed to the ground. That one little tiny change where he's visible whenever he takes his portals. It's so unplayable, dude.
Oh, that's disgusting. Sorry, I did not know about that nerve on Chip. As we do see, Take Me picks up the Lilia once more with a Purify, and Hiroshi picks up the X-Borg.
The Chip nerf is the same as the Lu Yi nerf, because when you also use her teleport, then the enemy can see where you are. That is extremely frustrating.
Let's go!
As Joy is picked up by General Chow and
All right. Eschaton Sonata's winning this. All bias towards Eschaton Sonata here. This is an easy game.
It ain't over till the cookie crumbles, but the Nerf Monarch picks up the Kimmy. Kimmy did pick up that early first blood in the matchup against Madagascar. So let's see if Eschaton Sonata will be going with the same play once more, getting that extra advantage or pressure onto the mid lane.
As we do wait for Touch Me's pick, switching off with Donri's Minotaur. Donri's Minotaur is actually such a good hero, but mixing the Minotaur into the Lilia and into X-Borg's Last Insanity, that can actually be quite a menace.
I can interject a little bit here. So far, this is an extremely good Joy game. Minotaur, he has a little bit of stunts to sort of annoy the Joy out a little bit, but the X-Borg and the Lilia are extremely good matchups for Joy. I can tell you about each individual one if you want. Against the Lilia, you have enough mobility to sort of catch up to her black shoes and go back to where her starting location is. And then X-Borg, you have enough damage to take out his Faraga armor with your dashes and then finish off his last bit of HP with that ulti. So extremely good matchups for Joy so far.
Rika with the amount of love for the Joy. GG's. So, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button as we wait for Touch Me to potentially bring in the last ban for Scarlet Mayhem of the evening if Eschaton Sonata does not take this to a sudden death round. Scarlet Mayhem removing Hylo. So, definitely focusing on to nerf Gyro with their final 2 bans.
Hylos is such a good hero, to be honest, but the ability to just tower dive does put the enemy in a lot of trouble. So, good ban. But Lee Sun-Shin also getting banned out. These days, either he's banned or he's played, and when he plays, he destroys everyone.
Yeah, a pick that I would like to see Eschaton Sonata picking up here. Matilda is still open, just to give that extra mobility. But Touch Me going with Hayabusa. Hayabusa has been cursed tonight, not having any good matches in the evening. So very curious. Hayabusa against the Joy.
I can tell you about that matchup as well if you'd like, Mr. Scarpy. This is Hayabusa favored. This is so that's at least one thing going for it. Joy not able to stack those dashes on invulnerable targets, so he's gonna have to be a little bit careful about how General Chow plays that.
As we do see, Nerf Colin picks up the Moskov and Nerf Gyro going with the glue. Please me showing us Layla. Oh.
Yeah, I don't need to tell you about that match. Yeah.
So curious, in the previous match, right, you mentioned me saying Layla into the Lilia, right? It has happened so often. I keep on confusing the two with what, not confusing, but that wordplay, I'm screwed either way. So Please Me does pick up 1-1 for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. So ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude the drafting phase in the second match in this best of 3 series. Which side are you favoring? Is it Eschaton Sonata? We all know Rika is favoring Eschaton Sonata purely on the fact of the Joy, and Scarlet Mayhem has a good lineup. But the question is, what are they going to do with this Joy?
To be honest, not only the Joy that is a problem, because once people focus as a team only on one hero, they shoot themselves in their foot, because Joy is just one you have to have the big picture, the big plan. So if you can be able to just fight against her, but don't make her the objective. Make sure that your map and the towers are the objective. Then Scarlet Mayhem can keep their eyes on the road and maybe take us into a clean sweep.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
All right, thank you, Lotus and Scarpy, for the draft over there. We're going to go into the possibly the final game between Econ and Scarlet Mayhem. Well, no, it's going to be a best of 3, right? Because the Joy team's going to win.
Silent death round. This would
It's
then
fun.
be, if that is the case, right? That would be the second silent death round for Scarlet Mayhem. But both junglers starting on the same side of the map.
That's interesting for sure. That means it's going to be a bit of a colliding sort of rotations here as Nerf Colin already being zoned out by that scary Lilia that we've seen from that last game. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Kimmy Mid. I think she's a gold laner, dude. I think she doesn't offer too much anymore in the mid, show with the nerfs especially. I think she's meant to be a damage output rather than a utility when it comes to it. Or we are going to see a little bit of a raid coming in from on Don Yu here, but that's a joy, my friend. Oh, General Cho, we saw that dash miss.
Oh, Flicker coming out from Minotaur, and Touch Me just coming in with a second skill, just touching General Chow.
Yeah. No more missing dashes here, Jen. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed. One matchup I did not talk about was the Joy into 1-1. Surprisingly, is a Joy favorite matchup. She can sort of be sticky enough to lock on to a 1-1. But the most important thing about that matchup is you need to. This is going to sound stupid, but you have to auto aim it. You can't be aiming your dashes, otherwise you're not going to hit it.
Yeah, and especially if 1-1 does get that crossbow tags on, I mean, that is going to make her untouchable. But let's see if Please Me can get those crossbow tags stacked up. First hurdle of this match spawning up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
All right, we are looking at a little bit of another trade in the mid lane. You do not want to be taking trades against this. I'll tell you that. You can see the damage going on to Nerf Gyro already. He has to go back to base after taking those explosions of Lilia's balls.
Lilia's balls just missing Kimmy and that last second engagement onto Takir.
Okay, this is going to be quite an aggressive sort of turtle play coming in from the side of Scarlet Mayhem. General Charlie is prepping up his dashes nice and easy here, but he's just going to ignore. He's going to say, nah, let's not take the risk. A wise choice indeed, as Minone Fury was available in that fight.
Yeah, so just before the 3-minute mark, Scarlet Mayhem has a 600 gold lead and playing very defensively coming in from both teams. Not going for that first blood just yet. So, Rika, who do you think is going to pick up the first blood? Why do I even ask?
It's going to be the Joy. It's going to be Gentro. Although, oh man, Gentro, please buy upgraded boots, my friend. Don't stay. Okay, there we go. Okay, you listen to me. You listen to me. Exact moment. Picked up the cooldown reduction boots. I like that quite a lot. Giving them extra mobility to get around and weave around those Minotaur spells. So far, we're looking at the fight up top here. 4 members committed for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Nice sort of map awareness from Econ to not commit too hard there.
Yeah, General Chow just waiting for Lilia to be out of position with that rotation back to the mid lane, but opting not to take me.
Indeed. I just messed up my camera. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're going to see the Minone Fury committed onto one person here. It's going to be that Badang. Pops the fist crack, but taking too much damage from, as you guessed it, the Lilia's balls, and finished up by Touch Me.
For first blood going to Hayabusa. 1-0 exchange in favor of Scarlet Mayhem.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great start already. Econ is just, I think they're what you call a little bit of a burnout here. If you can only take so many losses before you actually start playing bad, and even the players themselves realize, like, well, dude, why am I playing like this? And it's because you're taking a little bit too many beats from the earlier games. So the best thing to do in this situation is just to reset. You need to rely on your captain in this situation, and your captain needs to say, guys, just reset, just play for fun. It's not all about winning. Just have some fun, and we can do this.
Yeah, the shadow kill coming in from Hayabusa onto the Badang. However, we do see the pullback coming in from Kimmy, but Badang gets the kill onto Hayabusa. Lilia responds with a kill onto Badang.
Red team
Not seeing on the back line here, Don Ryu taking a little bit of damage from Gencho, but he's able to get out with the help of that flicker. So that's one thing down for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. 1-1 is a little bit deep here when it comes to going in right now. She's actually going to be able to take out the Moscow, but gets taken down by that Glue. Glue's still on the chase here, but he's out of mana. But this should be a free turtle for the side of Econ, unless Hayabusa can sneak in there. Nah, he's not going to try.
No, General Chow picks up the second turtle in favor of Esket and Tsunoda, as we do see the jump onto Nerve Colin and Gyro from the Minnow.
I'm liking the game state so far. Both teams pretty even, actually. I thought that Scarlet Mayhem might be quite significantly far ahead, but the score is 3-3, and the gold lead is not that significant. It's about 1,000 or so, 800 sort of range. Let's talk about XP lane a little bit. I'm surprised that the Xborg is not kind of like owning this Glue. I feel like that's a good matchup for him.
Yeah, indeed so. But I don't know, bro. It's like we mentioned, the teams are playing very defensively, not forcing the team fights just yet. We should see that turning into the mid to late game, especially once we reach the 7 to 8 minute mark. We should see the tide starting to turn because the rotations are coming through, and as you can see, 1-1 is here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Econ playing it real nice here, playing it nice in defense. I think they sort of understood that Scarlet Mayhem were sort of looking for that mid lane dive angle. I'm just going to say it again, dude. I really don't like this Kimmy in the mid lane. You go for this this glowing wand first item, you just don't have any damage. So you apply the anti-heal effect to a lot of people, but it only starts applying to a bunch of people once you get an enhanced basic attack. Anyway, enough ranting about that. We're looking at a little bit of a skirmish here. Please me coming in onto the Glue. Might be able to get the crossbow tag unlocked here. Looking for a little bit more poke damage before she commits it. Goes in, but not going to be enough to take down Fakir. As look at the team fight coming in right now. Don Ryu is going to commit the Minnow Fury, but it's going to get blasted by the electrifying beats. Hayabusa also wants a little bit of action. Same can be said about the Expo going in with the last insanity. Gets one kill on the Moscow and gets out.
One for nothing exchange. Just 1-1 with the crossbow tags, not having enough damage for the Glue just yet. So close. Glue escaping with 1 HP, but the third and final turtle has spawned up. This is going to be a turtle dance, as I would like to call it. Who's going to take this third and final turtle? Or will it spawn up into the first lord?
It'll take about 30 seconds for that. Which is totally possible. I mean, both teams don't really look like they want to be contesting it right now. And the Hayabusa, he's a little bit scared of going into this Joy, I think, right now, because, I think Joy is sort of hitting a critical mass at this point in the game, looking at that, 1 to 2 item power spike, where Hayabusa comes online and just a little bit later than that, at the third item or so. Anyway, we're looking at, they're going to prove me wrong, they're going to go straight for the turtle here. They could reset it for the... Getting taken down quite low, should be nice and easy coming in for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. General Chow gets caught out there! Unlucky, I've been in that situation.
Xborg picking up the kill onto Joy, but Hiroshi doing a proper prep work just before they engaged onto the turtle, as we saw that 1v1 situation between the 1-1 and the Moskov. Xborg just got the Glue low and are not allowing him to come into the team fight with that low health, as we do see the second skill coming in from Hayabusa. Shadow kill has been committed onto Gyro, but no avail.
He was actually committed onto the Kimmy. It was pretty good, but did not have enough marks to lock onto it, and went on to the Badang instead. Unlucky coming in from the side of Touch Me. We're going to leave the little dinosaur alone here, unfortunately. He's going to be without his mother. That's quite sad. Okay, we're going to see... the Glue, a little bit of danger here. It's going to be fine with that dash across from the wall.
Yeah, Joy just being left alone to go for that split push, as we do know General Chow loves doing so. Just chasing the objectives. It is actually a good point to chase the objectives here. I mean, they are 2 turrets down.
Yeah, indeed. We're looking at the gold lead here. It's quite significant at this point, about 5,000. We're going to see also the red buff. It's going to make things worse if it gets stolen here for the side of Econ. Quite a surprising turn of events here, I must say. Econ getting kind of just... you know, they don't know what to do right now. We're going to see the 1v1 versus the Joy and the 1-1. We can see the 1-1 pop that Inspire. Look at her dancing around everywhere. As long as General Cho keeps his back to that wall, he should be fine, but it's not going to be enough in either way. As 1-1 gets a solo kill here, even the glue isn't managing to help out too much.
1-1 trying to push for those crossbow tangs onto glue, but not getting the stacks as she would have wanted. So Please Me does please by taking down the Joy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see the Lord spawned out here. It should be a nice and easy one for Scarlet Mayhem if they do decide to go for it, because General Cho is out of the picture. But they are gonna hang around, do a little bit of harassing, especially Take Me wants to sort of put themselves right in the middle of things, saying, "Hey guys, just try and kill me."
Lilia's balls, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, man. She's got some big balls, man. I'll tell you that.
We should send the Nerf Colin for pregnancy test like 3 months down the lane.
So we are going to look at a little bit of a fight happening here right now. Minone Fury has been committed, does actually chip onto Colin right now. He has a Purify with, oh no, not the Purify. That's a Flicker committed by Nerf Colin. Gets him off nice and safe, but Nerf Gyro is going to be the one getting taken out.
So Scarlet Mayhem in a very good position. We do see the Lord flying down in the top lane, and Scarlet Mayhem keeping this pressure on this tier 2 turret. This would seal the tier 2 turret in the mid lane for them.
Yeah, indeed. As you're going to see that Lord passing down the top lane. No shield turret as well on that side, so it's going to be a little bit scary for the side of Econ to deal with. Oh, we're going to look at the aggressive flicker coming in from the Xborg. Beautiful kill coming out from him, but he gets caught by the grab from the glue. Has the immortality, might be able to get out with that Faraga armor, but I don't think so. It's going to be finally a shutdown coming in from the Monarch as Lord charges that top tower, doing about 25% damage onto that tower. We're looking at maybe an aggressive play coming in from General Cho, but not able to catch the Hayabusa. As I said, that's not an easy matchup for the Joy, as now the tower has been finally taken down.
Scarlet Mayhem into the base, no minion wave to focus onto the Nexus, but we do see Glue with a split onto Please Me.
Ooh, nice attempt onto the Lilia there. Take Me almost getting taken down by the Joy. But Donny has to flicker defensively to get out of that one. Nicely played from Scarlet Mayhem. That reset means everything in this situation. They're going to be able to reset, not lose that massive advantage, by the way. Almost 10,000 gold.
Please Me and Touch Me has a well, especially Please Me.
Whoa, okay. Well, at least take me out on a date first.
What I wanted to say is, right, Please Me has got a large gold on bounty. Oh,
that's true. Yeah. Oh, look at that, dude! I love that skin on the Kimmy. The Star Wars one. It's got a nice effect on their ulti. Anyway, we are going to look at the sort of a situation where they do want to sort of freeze lanes. Nicely done. You can see it happening on the top lane right now. Moskov in an interesting position. Okay, scouts out that they're in the top jungle here, able to push out a lane. If you can get this tower and stay alive, then it'll be pretty huge. Although heading to him fast, they're like, oh my god, we need to stop this guy from doing it. I think it's too late to recall at this point. Monarch is able to get out. Touch Me! Wrong bush, sir. Oh, that was close.
The word plays with the team of Scarlet Mayhem is so sus. Anyway, we do see the engagement and pressure continues from Scarlet Mayhem. The next Lord has been spawned.
Yeah, you can see the impact of that push that Moskov had, right? It was about a 10,000 gold lead. Now it's about 8,000. You know, that's some amount of, like, swings little solo pushes can do. So, guys, never give up. If the team fights are rough, just try and split push. It can swing the goal a little bit. Anyway, we're going to look at the Lord getting taken down by Touch Me. I think at this point, yeah, you can only push a few more waves, and then you have to get back for that Lord defense.
Yeah, Scarlet Mayhem not evening out
oh my God.
Wait,
there's no way Monarch actually went for that push, dude. What was that?
As we do see Joy's back in the base. 1-1 gets a killing spree onto the Kimmy.
Oh yeah, this is looking really, really rough. This looks like an ending angle, if I'm being honest. The fist crack does come out onto the 1-1 right now, but he's going to be able to just walk away, or excuse me, hop away with the 1-1. But the Roar is marching down that mid lane. I don't think there's going to be enough time for Nerf Monarch to be up in time for the respawn, because the base is going to be completely wide open at that point. Nerf Fakir trying his best to hold that tower in the middle lane, but I think the main priority is that Lord marching it down. General Cho, what's he going to be able to do on that Joy here? It's a difficult position. The Electrifying Beats have already been committed, unfortunately. Oh, a nice grab coming onto the X-Borg, though. Not the ideal target, but still target in nonetheless. Oh, I didn't know that you can actually stay on top of it when the Farag arm expires. But the 1-1 goes in for the double kill. Maybe you make it a triple if he gets the right angle. It's not going to be enough. Fakir manages to make it out of there, but the base, it's falling.
Game, set, match going in favor of Scarlet Mayhem. Viewers curse. Definitely costing Eskit and Sinara this best of 3 series. So Scarlet Mayhem definitely took that match against Econ Province too hard and not liking the defeat that they took. So please me with a 1-1 pleases the team with the MVP for the side of Scarlet Mayhem. Nerf Takir picking up MVP with the glue for the side of Eskit and Sinara. So let me just quickly pick up the data here, and oh my word, look at that amount of turret damage coming in from 1-1, and as well as 0 damage, 37% going in favor of 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that was I can't even say that was close. That felt like it was really rough for the side of Econ, especially throughout the whole game. I mean, Nerf Monarch was doing some really good split pushing, but just unfortunately was not able to realize that last push was a bit too dangerous, which kind of costed them that base defense, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. This 1-1, very well played from Please Me there. Winning that lane real strong and carrying the game, that's what you want to see from your gold lane.
Yeah, indeed so. So, ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude day 5 Group C's matches. So, we will be back with the rest of Group C's matches tomorrow night, and we should conclude Group C tomorrow night before we jump onto Group D. So, Lotus, any final words from your end and any final thoughts on this matchup between Eskit and Sonora and Scarlet Mayhem before you say goodbye to the viewers?
To be honest, I was impressed by Scarlet Mayhem's plays. The way that despite having a Joy in the enemy team, they were able to just turn that game and have it in their full dominance. They played extremely well. So, and the 1-1 was seriously amazing. The split push, the damage that she gave out, it was definitely amazing.
And then from the best Mlbb caster in all of our opinions and the golden boy in our hearts, Mr. Rika, any final words for you to the viewers?
Okay, the glazing's pretty intense here, so I appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, guys, you're definitely going to see more of me often. I'm free for a few more months. I'm hoping to cast a lot of what I can for MSA. I think over at the Waylander team, you guys are doing an amazing job casting this so far. We had a bit of a difficult time when we had to stream it through about 2 years ago. So this is great to see. And thanks to everyone watching. It's nice to see you guys again.
Rika being so humble as always, and thank you for the humble compliments. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be concluding this stream. I'm going to pop up that video one last time, and all we can say is, kids, stay safe, don't do drugs, and we will be all back with you tomorrow night. And hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We love you all, and see you again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. For your love with a cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. No pain for their disease. Just like a weed, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go right up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.